Alrighty. What the fuck? I can control my PlayStation menu with my TV remote. That's interesting. My TV's smarter than I thought. I know I could like fast forward YouTube videos on PlayStation with my TV remote, but I didn't know I could control my PlayStation with my TV remote. That's just fucking strange. Ooh, what's on TNT? I just turned my cable on. The Accountant, Ben Affleck. Ooh, Anna Kendrick. I like her. Well, I'm not going to watch The Accountant. I'm going to watch the Xfinity race. That's what we going to do. Obviously. Uh-oh. Fox Sports 1. Oh, there it goes. I'm about to get pissed off, dude. It's like, dude, Fox Sports 1 ain't coming in. What the fuck? Show me money! They should play Money Talks by AC/DC because it's a stupid fucking song. 69.
For the NASCAR Xfinity Series, it is the Unhinged 300. And we are so happy to have
Excuse me. I thought Tony Stewart was calling this race. Well, Almirola will be good. He knows what he's doing.
At Talladega. Now, if you know Eric, he loved sticking ball sports as a kid.
Shit working.
But once he started
Yeah, that's
racing,
working.
he found his place
Right.
in the sports landscape, doing incredible things throughout his youth, and made the move to North Carolina, where not only has he been a successful racer,
It's always like a weird
he has
stock
started
photo
a
from some
beautiful
kind of
family. Eric, welcome in. We're happy to have you
dick
on the
pill
show today
commercial.
with Jamie McMurray. I'm Adam Alexander. You both have been to victory lane at Talladega. So, Eric, what's the mental mindset?
McMurray was given a win at Talladega in 2013 for a caution on the last lap that shouldn't have been a caution, but whatever.
Here is risk versus reward. Everything at Talladega is risk versus reward.
That's
You gotta
okay.
be aggressive. You want to run up front. You want to lead laps, but there's always risks of getting involved in the big one that we always see.
Lots of risk versus reward, but what I think about, guys, is when this race is over, all these drivers have spent 2 hours looking in their mirrors more than they look out the windshield. And
There's a competition caution at lap 10 on a super speedway with a 25-lap stage. You realize how stupid that is? This has been your weekly competition caution complaint.
Yeah,
It is so fucking stupid. 10 laps and then a competition. For what?
Already with 10 straight top 10s and 2 victories in those top 10s. So no other drivers done that in their Xfinity Rookie Series.
What's up,
Well,
Janet?
Harrison's been really impressive, guys, but the one I have my eye on is Noah Gragson. He came within just a
They
few
just showed the
laps away.
1987 Talladega race, I think. That's what they were showing before they came on the air. It's pretty cool. It was like Bill Elliott, Dale Earnhardt, Rusty Wallace, Kyle Petty, Darrell Waltrip.
That he should have won 4 or 5 times. And when you look at junior motorsports, they're the favorites today. 9 wins all time, Daytona and Talladega. Regan Smith, our colleague, the only driver.
Davey Allison won.
Venues. And you said it, Jamie, Noah
Great.
Gragson winning earlier this
Can't stop
season
coughing because I
at
just
Daytona
ate.
International Speedway. Let's get more from driver 9 now.
I thought they were going to fire the engine as soon as they came on the air because it's 5:30 and this track doesn't have lights. And I'm so glad I didn't watch the ARCA race. I heard it was terrible. I heard nothing but bad things about the ARCA race, so I'm glad I skipped it. I skipped it because the ARCA cars are boring at Daytona and Talladega. So I dodged a bullet. I thought about watching for Haley Deegan, but
you can hang your head after a race like that.
God, ARCA sucks, dude. I'm sorry.
And focus on what I could do if I was put in that position. Again, I know it happened 2 days in a row, unfortunately, but yeah, we're working really hard as the number 19.
This race is called the Unhinged 300. That's a very good name for a super speedway race. With all these inexperienced fucking douchebags like Noah Gragson.
So I'm really confident in his ability. I know we'll have a lot of
Shout out to NASCAR for using NASCAR Heat 4 in the drivers' meeting to explain the double yellow line rule. Because, you know, you can't pass below the double yellow line at Talladega.
So, same car. Really excited for today. Feels different with no fans here. So, fans, we can't wait to see you guys back. But
Fuck off,
yeah,
Gregson.
trying to maintain the confidence.
You ain't gonna see me at the race anytime soon, not with fucking coronavirus flaring back up. We knew that was coming, though. I still wanted to go to a race, but I don't think I'm going now. I could go to Bristol for the All-Star race, but I'm not. I'm gonna pass.
Regan Smith.
Look at that landscape, people. Alabama, a beautiful state if you ignore all the stupid inbred people.
Daytona and Talladega. I'm obviously obviously being sarcastic. Little doubt that Noah's a player today, starting in the 5th position. And now,
What a beautiful state with such retarded people. Fuck everybody in Alabama, by the way.
Today's Unhinged 300 Academy Award winner, Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe?
Hello, NASCAR fans.
Making movies, making fun, and fighting around the world, Russell Crowe.
It's called Unhinged. Ready
God,
for
Russell Crowe's looking rough, bro.
Drivers,
I didn't know he got that old.
your engine.
We're a long way from Gladiator now.
Russell's fired up.
I have medium expectations for this race.
So are the drivers. You simply cannot beat race day at Talladega Super Speedway. And the drivers, they will confirm.
So I feel like this weekend's definitely unique because we usually have practice either for rookies or guys who haven't done it a lot to feel out the cars, understand what everything's going to do in the draft.
I think it's just a tough balance of knowing who you can work with and who you can't work with. You know how certain guys are in the pack in certain situations, and you just got.
Have you guys seen this app that turns you into a woman? It like makes guys look like the female versions of themselves. It's so fucking weird. William Shatner shared his picture of what he would look like as a woman when he was younger on Star Trek, and he said, "Wow, I'd do me." Like, damn, female William Shatner's kind of hot. Then I saw like the female version of Jimmy Garoppolo from the 49ers, and I was like, Jesus, he looks good. It's like so uncomfortable. Your brain is like, that's a good looking woman. Then you're like, wait a minute, no, it's not. It's just a guy with some weird filter that makes them look very feminine, like a woman. God, it's like I see it all over my Twitter and Facebook now. I'd be terrified to put my picture on that face swap app or whatever. Gender swap app, I think it's called. I don't know. Female Denny Hamlin was disturbing. Saw that picture this morning. I'm thirsty and I have my favorite drink that I never get. Cherry Coke. No, it's Cherry Pepsi Zero Sugar or whatever. Matter of fact, I'm going to go get it right now before I forget. Maybe help with my damn scratchy throat. Still too early to get excited about the possibility of a cup race at Road America next year. God, last night was a mistake. I stayed up till like 6 in the morning. Huge mistake. Managed to avoid work every day this week because it was raining every day. It rained every day of a work week, and I ended up not having to work. And then it rained really hard here today for about an hour. The sun's been out the rest of the day. No rain in Talladega this weekend. Holy Christ, we caught a break. No more lightning clock, no more rain delays. I don't even know what the next race is. The next race Pocono? Yeah, next week's Pocono. The doubleheader weekend. That race, Pocono, is actually happening on the date it was originally supposed to happen. I think so far, since we've come back, the 600 and then Pocono this coming weekend. Oh, great, guys. We get 2 Pocono races in one weekend. I hope you're excited, because I'm not. God.
That I sit in, this is going to be a fun race.
Whether you're a competitor or a fan, the heart rate goes through the roof. Sparks are gonna fly. Hey, Banner!
We're racing in Alabama. When there's a race at Talladega, fans circle it on the calendar, and we got a great day for it. Late afternoon affair.
It's a shame that one of the best tracks in NASCAR is right in the middle of the dumbest part of the country. Alabama is fucking reprehensible.
And one guy that was hot in Miami, well, that was a cliche. Chase Briscoe came from
Dude, last week we saw like 2 amazing Xfinity races.
He started level with the competition.
It was incredible. I watched the green-white checkers from both races again last night and was like, damn, that was some good racing.
Briscoe, who wins part 2 of our South Florida doubleheader. Let's go from the driver's seat with driver 98. He's starting 4th today.
Chase Briscoe, you got me. It's Eric Almirola in the Fox Studios here in Charlotte.
Stream brought to you by Pepsi Zero Sugar Wild Cherry. That's a mouthful.
Here in 2020, coming off a big win last weekend in Miami. What's it going to take to get your Ford?
I'm about tired of Diet Mountain Dew and Sprite, so it's nice to find something different. This elusive drink that is so hard to find. Cherry Pepsi with zero sugar. What's up, Michael? Oh, man, are you ready for that competition caution at lap 10 of a 25-lap stage on a super speedway? God, at least this will be better than the ARCA race. No matter how much single-file train racing we see here, it's going to be better than the ARCA race. Although that retard Riley Herbst is in this race, which is very unfortunate. Riley Herbst just showed everybody today why he does not deserve to be in any car.
And let's go to another Chevrolet driver, one that has been up and down since we came back from that 10-week break.
Justin Allgaier.
Justin Allgaier.
I knew it. Dude has no luck, so you know he ain't going to win this race. Hopefully I just jinxed him in a good way.
Junior Motorsports, couple of top 5s, feeling good. But outside the top 10 in 3 of the last 4. How's he feeling today? Let's get a report from Jamie Little on pit road.
Hello, Adam. Yes, it has been a struggle for Justin Allgaier, whether it's been pit road issues, contact, speeding on pit road.
Watching UFC, wow, UFC is on. Ooh, I love that paint scheme. Have you seen Allgaier's paint scheme? I like that. I'm a sucker for red, white, and blue race cars. You know, we have a lot to be ashamed of in this country, but our national colors are pretty fucking sweet. Red, white, and blue. Remember that time Spencer Gallagher won this race?
So they'd have a better chance today. He showed he can run top 10. Brown hopes to show that today he can win. And Adam, if he did it, oh, what a Talladega-sized story it would be.
Let me see what time the sun sets in Talladega. Because it's 5:42 and this track doesn't have lights. And all it's going to take is 1 or 2 lengthy red flags for a big fucking wreck.
Starting position. And now, as we see it, you guys, give me the keys to the race. What's on your list, Eric?
Well, I'm looking to see teamwork. We see it on Sundays in the Cup races, manufacturers working together and people trying to stay together with their manufacturers.
Why are people worried about them not showing the fucking anthem and pre-race prayer? Get the fuck over. I'm scrolling Twitter. Why didn't they show the anthem and the invocation? Because we're coming on air at 5:30 at a track with no fucking lights and we want to go race. Who gives a fuck about the prayer and the anthem? People, you don't need to see it. You're not there. Why is that a big issue for some people? They have a pre-race prayer and anthem. That's great. Do they have to show it on TV? No. Start the fucking race like they're trying to do right now. Jesus fucking Christ. These fucking rednecks worry about the dumbest shit. My flag, my prayer, my anthem, my cousin. Like, watch the fucking race.
You've got to do everything right as a driver. You can't slide your tires. You can't speed on pit road.
Sieg, Herbst, and Burton. Oh, you're going to lose money on Herbst unless there's just no cars left. I would have taken Michael Annett. I would have got me some of that Michael Annett money today. Michael Annett, and I would dare to say Justin Allgaier, but I don't want to jinx his ass.
Social distance properly, which, hey, that can make things more difficult, though, because as we all know, there is some negotiating that goes on, some communication between those guys during the race.
Is it me? Does Talladega look different? It's not the lack of fans. Does the track look different to you, or is it just me? Or is it because it's like at sunset? We're starting the race at like early evening hours. Not at sunset, obviously, but like, hey, Jim Burton in the 8 car. My man Jeb Burton. I always liked Jeb better than Harrison, but Harrison's starting to win me over. Good for Harrison Burton. I had no faith in that dude, but he's won me over.
That's exactly right. And that's one of the hardest things. You can go to the shop and sit in the car, but until you get on the racetrack with cars around you, you don't really know what your mirrors look like. So yeah, that's why
Going green
is
next
so
time.
important at these places to get all your mirrors and everything fixed like you want them.
Our race analysis here, 25 laps in the first two stages, and we should point out, and this is because of no practice, no qualifying, we will get a competition caution at lap 10. And there's Jeff Burton, state water heaters.
There's a 5% chance of rain. Noah NASCAR. Sun sets at 7:57 p.m. We got 2 hours and 12 minutes.
And here's Justin Haley, another from Team Colic, the leaf filter onboard camera.
But we're going to take the time to have a competition caution 10 laps into a super speedway race in a 25-lap stage. Hey, for people who live in Alabama, the whole state's retarded, but what's the dumbest part? Would it be Tuscaloosa or Montgomery or something like that? Tuscaloosa, because, God, those fucking Alabama football fans. It's like Daniel Tosh said, Nick Saban just wanted to go to Alabama because his wife wanted to feel better about herself. And where could you feel better about yourself more than in Tuscaloosa, surrounded by a bunch of fucking toothless inbred hags? God, I'm just shitting on the state of Alabama today. It's a good thing NASCAR doesn't race in Mississippi, or this would get really ugly. I can't decide. Here's a good one. Would you rather live in Alabama or play The Last of Us 2? Oh, God. Just kill me if those are my only two options. Yay. Green flag. Boy, restarts at this track are so awkward because the front stretch is so long and the restart zone's like a mile away from start-finish. Remember, no locking bumpers. That's still a thing, I would imagine. They didn't say anything about it not being a thing. This race shouldn't start this late. I don't care about the ARCA race. The ARCA race should have started earlier, and this race should have started earlier.
It's such good information that he's getting from this spot right now.
Like I said, Michael Annett, he's the guy today. Michael Annett. Junior Motorsports always has good super speedway cars. I mean, good grief. You know they got good super speedway cars. Noah Gragson won a race at a super speedway. That's how you know, because if that douchebag can win. Ooh, God, already. Look how unstable they look. And boy, that spoiler looks stupid on these cars. It's like a half-ass spoiler placed right in the middle of the deck lid. And Briscoe's going to the back. I don't know if that's by design or not.
So look, he's learned from that. He's going to get back in line, regroup, and see what he needs to do.
And plus, sometimes you just get impatient and frustrated. He started the race, fell back to about 10th or 12th, got a big run there, and figured he'd try and go get some of those spots back, and it didn't work out.
Allmendinger's back for another $100,000 payday today.
Be aggressive, and he was trying to make a move there, didn't pay off. And I like what you said, Jamie. Sometimes you're going to take your medicine, and this.
Last week felt so good, 2 days in a row, watching Noah Gragson give races away and lose $100,000. Hey, McMurray just said it, the sucker hole. Ain't no sucker hole forming right now. They're in two very distinct lines. No sucker hole at the moment. Whoa, Ryan Sieg's got a problem. He's in the wall. Sieg's got a problem. He went straight up the track into the wall. He's got a flat. God, only lap 3. He didn't hit it hard, though. There's a caution coming at lap 10. He should be okay. And Michael Annett, my boy, going for the lead. His teammate didn't go with him. Noah Gragson chose to push Justin Haley. Gragson, you suck. Boy, they are really racy for this early. I expected the train to form up. Especially with that stupid caution coming in 7 laps. Boy, it is a weird time of day to be watching a race. Talladega especially. This place doesn't have lots. Why don't they have lots, though? Come on, dude. The playoff race at Talladega should be a night race, should it not? Wouldn't that be fucking great? a night race at Talladega in the playoffs.
And it just seems like the last 4 or 5 races, it's just went downhill. And it's not all their fault. It's just
Michael Annette's trying to get that lead. You just can't push anybody because you can't lock bumpers. So big runs are few and far between and very easy to block for the car out front. Sieg made it to pit road, no problem. Now Michael Annette's going to get to, oh, here comes that side draft from Haley. Haley's going to pull ahead at the line here. He just had to get on that door for like half a second.
When it comes to what we're going to see throughout the race, I like this side-by-side, Annette and Haley, and they're just not...
Shout out to Ryan Sieg for not LePaging the whole field there. He stayed on the apron.
interested to see how this
Kevin
race
LePage.
goes with no practice. When we talked to Justin Allgaier earlier this week, he said even though
Maybe they need to get new
they raced
spotters.
twice last weekend, he said every race that
Was that like the dumbest thing you've ever seen on a racetrack when Kevin LePage in that Busch race pulled up in front of the pack? They're like 3 and 4 wide, 10 rows deep, and he comes out of the pits and just pulls straight up in front. Wow, we're going to commercial 5 laps in. We couldn't even get to the competition costume without a commercial. Okay, they're going side by side. You are forgiven, Fox Sports 1. Hey, Raga, what's up? Raga, I owe you an apology. The other night, when I was playing Red Dead, you popped in and said hi. On my PlayStation, it kept making you say hi like 100 times in a row. On my phone, it only said that you said hi once, but on my PlayStation, it made you keep posting the comment over and over. And I thought you were just being a smartass. Turns out it's a glitch on PlayStation because when I streamed Red Dead the other night, the same thing happened with somebody else. Somebody posted a comment, and it kept notifying me over and over and over. It literally got to like 1,000 repeats of the same comment. So I don't know what the fuck that was about. But anyway, good to see you again. Yay, Michael Annette's way out front. God, you got a lead like that. These cars race similar to how that god-awful Cup Series Super Speedway package was for a few years. They get kind of spread out. It's easy to block runs. That's a new glitch. I haven't seen that glitch happen to anybody before till it happened to me the other night. Now every time I stream, it's going to be like 1,000 fucking comment notifications on my PlayStation. So I don't know what the fuck that's about. That's the first time I've ever had to deal with it. Here comes Anthony Alfredo, who finished 4th last week. I think in the first race. Boy, those 2 races last week were so awesome, but they kind of ran together in my head. We had 2 races, 2 days in a row at the same track, and they both played out in very similar ways. Go back and watch how similar the 2 Homestead Xfinity races were. Oh, Justin Haley making a move. Michael Annette blocks. Easy block, though. These cars would be perfectly fine if they had a normal spoiler. Oh, you can't lock bumpers. Well, can you at least put like a full spoiler on the back so they can get bigger runs? Because you can't get bigger runs. And they said that spoiler's to keep them from locking bumpers. They could still lock bumpers anyway. God, Sieg's got another problem. Sieg's right front is down again. It's lap 8. This dude's going to be fucked. But anyway, that spoiler does not stop them from locking bumpers. So, put a full fucking spoiler on the back of that car, and they can get better runs, and the racing will be better. If you don't want them to lock bumpers, fine. We all know it's a stupid rule, but just put a big spoiler on there. Oh, here we go. The train formed up. Thank God. We're only 2 laps from the competition caution. Because that big old train's formed up on the outside with Annette, Justin Haley, Alfredo, Chastain, Briscoe, Brett Moffitt's up there.
In situations like this, it's nice to have those in your pocket. Let's listen.
Here's the train. Choo-choo. Yeah, Allgaier, you can't get the help from behind because NASCAR won't let you guys push each other.
There you have it.
That's why.
We hear him talking about breaking the bubble. If you guys can imagine there being like a beach ball between the Brandon Jones and Justin Allgaier right there, you get so close.
Michael Annette, possessed by the spirit of Dale Earnhardt Jr., has him trained up on the outside, about 20 cars deep with only 3 cars on the bottom falling back. And it's still better than the ARCA race. This first 10 laps was way better than the whole ARCA race. I'm curious to see how the Cup cars are going to race tomorrow, if there's going to be any noticeable difference with the changes they've made since the Daytona 500, you know, after they nearly killed Ryan Newman.
It's kind of the antennas for maybe the GPS or something that has fallen down. You know, the one thing that you have at this track is a lot of vibration.
What, it needs a GPS? And 1,200 feet, turn left.
I think it's the antenna, and the antenna's now upside down. I think that's the housing for the bottom part goes up against the bottom side of the roof there.
That's kind of cool, though.
Very distracting.
Yeah, not only distracting, but if that's his radio antenna, his radio probably is not going to be clear, so it's going to be hard for him to
Right there,
start
I
and
think
work
you
back
can
and
see
forth.
daylight. I think you can see daylight or a hole there where that.
Well, that's weird.
On the roof.
That's a problem I've never seen before.
You see how the air is pushing that. That gives me an idea of what you guys are feeling.
I thought they were throwing a competition caution.
In these race cars.
There it is. I agree if they waited until they got down the backstretch. Chase Elliott, who won Talladega last year, that's a good bit to be the strongest Chevrolet tomorrow. Who's the strongest Chevrolet at the 500? I want to say William Byron, but he got wrecked early, so we'll never know. It'll be Hendrick cars for sure. Once again, a lot of teams stay out for the competition caution, thus rendering it pointless, which is already fucking pointless because we only got to go 25 laps before the stage end caution. I need your guys' help. I keep saying I'm going to stream a full-length race in NASCAR Heat 4, but I can't decide what track I want to race on. And it's probably going to be a Cup race, but you know you can race Cup at any track. But I was thinking maybe a truck race or something. I don't know, but it's probably a Cup race. I can't decide what track I want to race on for my full-length race. Should have done it this week with all that free time off I had because it kept raining. I'll get to it. I'm doing it. I could do it today. If I feel like it, I don't know. I want to play Star Wars Battlefront 2, but that game started pissing me off a little while ago. I'm doing the campaign. I hate shooters where you can't take cover. I swear you can't fucking take cover in Battlefront. I don't mind being in first person when I'm firing my blaster and all that, but God, can I take cover for the love of God? Trying to kill some rebel scum. Daytona night, Bristol or Martin. Well, the thing is, Bristol is awesome. That would be good. Martinsville, a full-length race at Martinsville, I would have the whole field lapped by halfway on the highest difficulty. I could play on the highest difficulty and I'd have the whole fucking field lapped well before halfway. I was thinking Iowa or Sonoma. Or I was thinking maybe a road course because the road courses are fun. Super Speedway can get kind of lame, although Daytona would be a good one. There's no bad choices. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. I was thinking about Atlanta, but 500 miles at Atlanta, that's a long fucking race. Atlanta's really fun to drive in NASCAR Heat 4. I like Las Vegas. Two of my favorite tracks, you wouldn't believe this, but two of my favorite tracks in NASCAR Heat 4 are Kansas and Las Vegas. I don't know why. Las Vegas is really fun in NASCAR Heat 4. Hell, I was thinking about Canadian Tire as well. Do a Cup race at Canadian Tire. I ran a little race there yesterday to refamiliarize myself. I need to run a few practice laps. And then when NASCAR Heat 5 comes out, I'll do another full-length race because I'm sure there'll be a trophy in that game. Run a full-length race and win it. So that's the important thing. I got to win or it's all for nothing because you can run a 100% race, but the trophy or achievement is win it. And doing Daytona or Talladega is risky because you can lose the fucking lead at like any time if you're not careful. But I could run Canadian Tire or something. Stages or no stages is another thing I've been pondering. Do I do it with the stages or do I just say fuck it and we'll just go green the whole time? I was thinking road courses. The stages might help me if I... Because I'm not going to qualify. I'm going to start dead last because it's going to be a full-length race. I'm not qualifying. I will start dead last. And on a road course, they get really strung out. and the stage could present me with the opportunity to short pit, like pit with like 3 to go in the stage, and then stay out at the end of the stage. They all pit, and I just get the lead that way.
Chase Briscoe hoping to celebrate with his
But that's another story for another day. Hey, there's Kim Burton. Jesus Christ.
of the Burtons and Tim Cindric.
God,
calling
fuck
the shots
Austin
at Dave
Cindric.
Penske. His son Austin hoping to bring a win home for Dad.
Gee, I wish my dad was the president of a big-time fucking race team. I wouldn't be on here doing this.
Some takers I didn't think we would have over half the field.
I'd be out there outrunning Riley Hurst and Noah Gregson.
Than we anticipated. I think some of the guys, I think we're going to see one of them work on their antenna, Adam. It looked like a few of them did put tires on. And you know,
This caution was so goddamn pointless.
That they need here with the lack of practice.
I will say this, you pit here, you can make it on fuel to the end of stage 2. Now let's look at this. And this is Ryan Sieg when he had his issue going up into the wall.
Wow, he's so lucky there.
Yeah, I saw it. I don't. Why are they showing the race viewer video game version of that? We literally didn't learn anything new from watching that. God, I bet Briscoe nearly shit himself there. Holy crap.
When we talk about preparation, all these races
When Sieg broke out of line and that tire was going down.
On the right front to cut down 2 right front tires, so we've seen it. We've seen lead fall out or ballast fall out of people's race cars. Now we've seen a
They're going to go green with 11 to go in the
This is what
stage.
happens when you don't get practice sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, typically when we see right fronts like that, it's because of a sway bar arm rubbing. Jamie Little, you got something down there?
Yeah, you guys, we were on board with the 11 and Justin Haley, and you saw something flapping around in there. They believe that is an antenna. As you know, we can see it when he slowed down a little bit.
Looks like he's got a little RC helicopter in his car with him.
They do have a backup radio ready in case they need
Natalie Decker in the Cup Series? Yeah, fuck that. She'll set auto racing back 30 years. She'll just come back and do all the damage that Danica did, only worse. Boy, Danica did not do female drivers any favors. It's up to Haley Deegan to save us. We need Haley Deegan.
Super fast, landing across the bumps, a little bit uncomfortable, but he really likes what he's got right now in that 21. A lot of folks keeping their eye on that car today.
And Vince only one career start at Talladega for Alfredo coming to today. Now our Ford Performance track facts. On board with Chase Briscoe. First Ford Xfinity win at Talladega. Chad Little. And
Chad Little
is in the race today, and so it's cool to see Jesse racing this afternoon, making his first appearance at the track. And the last Ford win at Talladega, in fact, the last Ford plate win, Eric, you got it in 2017.
Yeah, that was a fun day, man. That was.
I'm glad it was a fun day for you, Amarola. That race fucking sucked. The 2017 Fall Talladega race, single file for like 498 miles, and then they raced for 2, and a couple of guys run out of gas. Fucking Christ, that race was terrible. I'm glad Almirola had fun, though. I was happy that he won. I love Almirola. I'm glad he won because it pissed all the Fanicas off because Danica couldn't win in the 10 car. Yes, I called her fans Fanicas. Nah, by the end of her run in NASCAR, she had like no fans left. People just gave up on her. All the Fanicas jumped off the ship. Boy, that competition caution was so worth it. Don't like bumpers. Yeah, Allgaier had a huge run. It's a shame he can't follow through on it. Because the spoiler's really small and you can't push anybody. God, I wouldn't want to be in the middle of that. Michael Annett should pull away with the lead here, you would think. Oh, Michael Annett, you fucked up. No, he's low, I thought Annett was going to come down and try to clear himself in front of Chastain and wreck the whole field. Michael Annett, Michael Annett is in the sucker hole. What do they call the sucker hole? Yep, that was a bad move by Michael Annett.
You don't typically think of Talladega being a handling racetrack, and it's not. But as the run goes on and the tires get hot and slick, handling does start to come into play, and you see guys start fighting it, especially on the exit of the corners.
I'll tell you what, handling at Daytona and Talladega in NASCAR 2005 for PS2. Whoa, Chastain about just wiped out. Oh, my God.
The big difference this weekend is that they only come here in April and October. Much cooler. It's
anyway.
90 degrees today, so that's going to affect the handling of the cars. Now that shadow, the shade that you see in 3 and 4, that's going to help a little bit, but that's the only part of the track that
Brandon Brown's up to 4th. Justin Haley's got a huge lead, and the second and third place cars are side by side. Oof. Jeb Burton is checked up big time. Oh my God, there's Timmy Hill. Let me adjust my television. Am I watching iRacing? Why is Timmy Hill in the top 10? Okay, I'm not a fan of Almirola in the booth. I like Almirola, but he's not that good in the booth. McMurray's not bad, though. McMurray explains things so well. Almirola, though, he kind of sucks.
Typically, when you refire after a restart, the handling's not too bad. But then once the tire starts to get hot, we're probably going to see them get single file here.
And I think that's a factor on why he chose to go so aggressive at that restart. He knew that as the laps wore down, they were more likely to single file out. So he wanted to get as many spots and establish his position as quick as he could. He's probably not very comfortable in the middle three wide.
And it's amazing to see these guys three wide this early on. And I think you said it, Eric. It's because we're getting kind of down to the end of the stage, and everybody's wanting to get up front. And the thing is,
yeah, they're still racing.
At a super speedway races, I'll just get up front and ride. The problem is everybody in the back has the same mentality and wants to get up front as well.
They're trying to get that train formed up, but there's two pretty good lanes on the inside, but they're not gaining much ground. About a 5-car breakaway. Not a complete breakaway, but they're clear of the pack, running the outside. Haley, Alfredo, Chastain, Moffitt, and Cindric. And they're dragging Harrison Burton with them. Yeah, there's the train. The train is back. That inside, that middle and inside lane are all jacked up. There is a 6-car breakaway now. A well-defined 6-car breakaway. Whoa, 4 wide. Holy shit. Brandon Brown, hold a steady wheel for love of God. Hold a steady wheel for love of God. God, Sieg is having problems again. Sieg is just now getting off pit road again. 4 wide, here we go. At least Michael Annette's on the bottom, so he won't be in it. God.
I was hoping someone would jump up there beside Timmy Hill. Maybe Noah Gragson will. 2 consecutive rows of 4 wide. That would be fun.
My goodness.
Felt like I'm watching a sprint car race.
You are really relying on your spotter right now because all
terrifying.
You 4 wide, and you're not sure how many are outside, how many are inside.
Brandon Brown tucks in line. That ended the 4 wide situation. Up front, that train is formed. That train is pulling away. The train has left the station. How many cars is that? 7 cars now because Chase Briscoe and Harrison Burton have latched on to the end of it. Justin Haley's the leader. Alfredo's second. Chastain's third. This time by, there'll be 5 to go in stage 1. Pocono next Saturday in trucks. That'll be a good race. Pocono is a good track. It's just the Cup cars suck. And the Cup cars make you think that Pocono sucks. But if you watch the Xfinity race and the truck race every year, it's usually pretty good. So, guys, I promise, Pocono was good. Just not in Cup. Oh, they tried to break that train up a little bit.
And Vince, he's not just 12th. He's 17 points to the good. So a huge day at Talladega can change everything one way or the other.
Oh, my God. Cesar Baccarella, or whatever his name is, about wiped out in the tri-oval. Right in the middle of the Geico restart zone. He got dead sideways. Well, if you got a loose car going through the tri-oval in heavy traffic, must be terrifying. You'd rather be 3 and 4 wide in the middle of the corners than you would be in the tri-oval.
I say Justin Allgaier is being aggressive, and he had some good cars behind him, but he's down there all alone right now. That's just not going to work.
And his wife Ashley says
Diecast collectors should really want Allgaier to win this race because that paint scheme is really nice.
I'd say the super speedway races are not only stressful for the drivers, they're super stressful for the family too to watch. It's so much fun for us to watch as fans, but when you
Good God.
have
Single file. They raced hard up until the point now there'll be points on the line and they don't want to race for them.
We got something from the 9 car here.
Is he blowing up? Please tell me he's blowing up. Oh, he's just bitching that nobody's helping him. Fuck him. That's an ugly car Gregson's driving as well.
The junior motorsports cars are
He's a shit driver driving an ugly car.
together. We see all four of them are together right now. So it sounds like they maybe had a little bit of a plan right there based on what Noah was saying.
Yeah, this is exactly what you'll see. You see these guys go down trying to make something happen to get back towards the front. What you'll also see is as they start building momentum and getting towards the front, you'll see guys peel off that front reins all of a sudden and pull down to block their run and try and get to be the leader of that bottom lane to get up towards the front.
And when you're in Michael Annette's position right here, you see him get right on Riley Herbst's.
You know, I want to brag on Chad Fincham, Jeremy Clements, and Gray Galding, but it is Talladega, so this is to be expected that they're running top 10. It's not like when we're racing at Homestead, I'm like, holy shit, Jeremy Clements is in the top 10.
Junior Motorsports won both stages at Daytona with two different drivers, Jeff Burton, Justin Allgaier. In fact, they were first to fourth in that opening stage, so you know they can get it done here. What's up on pit road, Jamie?
Well, leader Justin Haley is distracted by that antenna dangling.
That inside line's forming up really nicely. Briscoe's down there, Jones is down there. Now the inside line is all the way up to the top three because Chastain just moved down. There's 2 to go in the stage. The inside line is so good, Justin Haley moved down to block. He went down there with Chastain. So yeah, we got 2 lanes now. Coming to 1 to go in the stage. Dominant lane is definitely the inside. That got Michael Annette and Justin Allgaier back in the top 10. That lane formed up so nicely. Very nice. They were all the way in the back. Hey, Jeff. I'm really happy that that lane formed up that fast. That gives me hope for later. That it can form up that fast if guys commit to it. Now they're 3 wide up front. Well, just about. Alfredo going to the bottom. Haley moves down. They're not going to be able to make a move. They don't have a good line formed up to make a run.
And make a mental note of that for not only the end of the second stage, but the end of the race. This place is very unique.
Oh, my God, Cindric. Cindric and Moffitt. 4 wide in the middle of the pack. Good grief, guys, just stage 1. Justin Haley won stage 1. Briscoe, Alfredo, Briscoe, Chastain, Jones, Cindric, Moffitt, Burton, Galding, Annette. 3 Dash for Cash guys finished all right there with each other. Allmendinger's playing it smart. He ain't racing for points. Allmendinger, I think, is just hanging out in the back. Well, they made it 25 laps without killing anybody. And it was much more exciting than the ARCA race. Where did Deegan? Deegan got a top 10. I think she finished like 6th. I say top 10. What? There are only like 19 cars in the race, but I think she finished like 6th. Yeah, good racing so far. Better than I expected. This aero package still sucks. And not locking bumpers sucks, but it's still pretty good racing. That race today that I didn't watch, that I saw highlights of and read about, that's why I don't watch ARCA. ARCA sucks. Why would I ever watch ARCA? Now, yeah, this actually looks like a Talladega race, though. Boy, so let me take this commercial opportunity to remind you that The Last of Us Part 2 is a pile of shit, in case you were wondering about playing it. You know, I tried to warn my friends a few months ago, and most of them believed me. Like, you guys ain't ready. The Last of Us 2 was going to suck ass. Dude, ARCA sucks everywhere. I went to an ARCA race last year, and it was dreadfully fucking boring. Michael Self led, like, the whole race, but then he started blowing up, and he was losing power, and then they raced for, like, a couple of laps, and Ty Majeski won. But I was watching the ARCA race at Charlotte, like, God damn, this is fucking awful. Worse than any cup race I'd ever went to.
Our state water heaters onboard camera with Jeff Burton, and right now the thermometer showing a cool 129.
Yeah, it gets hot, and I tell you what, that plays fatigue on your mental side of things as well. I mean, I think you got to.
The running order is going to be shaken up here because some guys did pit under that competition caution last time. And you can make it to the end of the stage from when they pitted. So, looks like Allgaier's going to be up front now with somebody. I had to see if Allgaier was the first car, but he's one of them.
There's the 21 of Alfredo. He ran second in that stage. Said the balance got a little bit tight, but they were happy with it. Jamie?
See Ross Chastain in the 10, happy with his car. Justin Haley working there. They can't do anything for them in 10. Still popping around the 98 and Chase Briscoe. They work on the left side. Wants to be tightened up a bit. Frank Ciminelli on the box. 2 rounds of wedge. A long stop for the 98 guys.
Yeah, Zippy's calling the shots again for Chase Briscoe.
Some guys took 4, some guys 2, some fuel only. And among those getting fuel only, Noah Gregson, who jumped 6 positions after getting 4 tires when he came down at the competition caution. Let's hear from Justin Haley. Big stage win for him.
Justin Haley, Eric Almirola here in the Fox Studios in Charlotte. You got us?
Get that shit out of your camera, Justin Haley.
Congrats on that stage 1 win. How annoying is that antenna dangling around there to your right side?
Glad y'all noticed, but yeah, still I'm gonna get Matt calling to the people that got to protect your car. Up front, winning stages, the antenna is definitely not ideal, as y'all can see, but you know, distractions are sometimes the best. So it's a good day.
It doesn't seem to be affecting Justin Haley at all. He's having a pretty good day.
Keep that number 10, follow the car behind us, and hopefully have a good day.
All right, buddy. Well, we're glad you can at least hear your spotter, and hopefully that thing will leave you alone for the rest of the race.
Get some tape in there so he can just stick it back up there himself.
I'm glad he admitted that it's annoying him a little bit, because it's really annoying me when we go to that leak filter onboard camera. We'll get stage 2 when we come back. Glad you're with us on FS1.
Oh, commercials, you know. You know, the only thing stopping me from streaming NASCAR Heat today is, like I said, trying to figure out what fucking track I want to race for a full race. I feel like streaming a race today, but like I said, I just can't make the damn decision. I don't want to pick one and then start the race and be like, I don't want to race here, and then have to do it anyway. We have a special mention to Chris Jericho, who dressed up like Cal Naughton Jr. yesterday for some reason. Chris Jericho has the Old Spice fire suit and everything. I'm Ricky Bobby. If you don't shoot Big Red, then fuck you. I don't know if my PlayStation's doing that weird thing today where it repeats comments or not because I can't see them. I'm only looking at my phone. Oh, by the way, don't get excited about Josh Williams. He missed his pit stall. According to Bob Pockris. Looks like Justin Haley's got a ceiling fan in his car with that thing hanging down. Oh, we're back.
They're in the hospital there at the Children's Hospital. We, unfortunately, had to visit there with Abby when she was 3 weeks old.
Excuse me,
and
Jesus.
Just fell in love with the hospital. The experience
that was a hard
we had
sneeze.
there was amazing.
So it's Allgaier, Harrison Burton, Ross Chastain, Brandon Jones, Anthony Alfredo, Noah Gregson. I'd like to see Gregson get upside down today. What about you guys? I would really like to see Noah Gregson tumbling down the backstretch by the end of the day. He wouldn't get hurt. Flipping a car ain't bad. I'm not asking him to hit the wall head on. I'd just like to see him flip over. Cindric was peeking out looking to make a third lane there, but nobody was going to go with him. We're only on lap 30 and it's 6:20. Why does Talladega not have lights after all these years? Every track should have lights. I'm not saying make every race a night race, but every track should have lights. Except Pocono, because hopefully we're not going to be racing there much longer. Pocono or Michigan's losing a race to Road America. I hope they just take a Pocono. I don't want to give up on Michigan. I love Michigan. I know the racing there sucked, but I still love Michigan, and I don't want to give up on it.
Especially when it comes down to a green-white checkered situation. Absolutely.
20 to go in stage 2.
On the 7 radio, he called Chase Elliott home to a win at Talladega last spring in the Cup Series. And I go back to something they talked about there. You don't want to get too far out. And Eric, you're talking about you want that hit in the
outside line's got the numbers right now, but the inside line's got some strong cars.
Bit of a rubber band effect, right? I mean, you want to be out front, but if you get too far out, you're going to get reeled in very quickly.
Well, yeah, well, if you get too far out, you just basically...
God, Chastain's car looks a little unstable. Is it just me?
The engine speed dies down a little bit. You see all these cars coming behind you in the mirror with a big head of steam. The energy just builds. And they come with such momentum that you can't really block it. So you try and stay close, and you stay in that bubble that we keep talking about. And it helps.
Chastain to the lead. Great move. Allgaier moved up to block Harrison Burton, and Alfredo pushed Chastain to the lead.
And I think the best way to explain that is if you can imagine the 10 car having a bungee cord tied to his rear bumper and Justin Allgaier here having...
Now Chastain's got Chastain, you're caught in the middle, bro. You better make up your mind. He picked correctly. The outside lane's got all the momentum. Cars are closer together, and there's more of them. Oh, boy. Is Allgaier going to the back? Wow, well, they'd rather follow Allgaier than Harrison Burton is what that tells me. And Anthony Alfredo's got the lead now. Well, not for long. Chastain just side drafted and took it back. Chastain's car is always at stake. Good point. It's not the car. It's definitely not the car. Well, Alfredo's clear for the lead now, and he's got help on the bottom there with Haley, Cindric, and my man Jeb Burton. Wow. And Haley shoots to the outside now, and Alfredo blocks. He was plenty clear, though. And now Haley goes back to the bottom. Haley's just looking for a way to get around.
Xfinity race, but he has a cup win at Daytona last summer.
You know, he hasn't won an Xfinity race.
Stop mentioning Justin Haley winning the July race last year.
Super Speedway races, which is all
Stop.
He clearly has been in good position each time.
First time he's led laps. Anthony Alfredo towing him around, Vince.
Well, he did run the Truck Series race here last year, finished 15th, but this is certainly an unusual position for Alfredo being out front. And the spotter, Derek Nealon, is earning his money today. Not just as a spotter, helping
Lots of guys changing lanes all over the place.
but also driver coach talking to him before he got the lead about the air and how it was going to affect the car.
Can he see the air? Oh, wait, his name's not Dale. I don't know if you know this or not, but only people named Dale can see the air. And I'm one of them. I can see the air, guys.
And Nealon will work with another rookie tomorrow in Tyler Reddick. And
He can see the air.
Nealon, I think today is his 34th.
Guys named Alfredo can definitely not see the air.
Grew up doing the construction thing, kind of like you, Aaron. He was a
Wow, NASCAR on Fox. I really don't give a shit what Anthony Alfredo did when he was a little kid.
he hopes to
I like Anthony Alfredo, don't get me wrong. That's an okay timed commercial break. They were kind of starting to get strung out on the top there. But that could change at any second. Want to know a secret? I can see the air. You saw me race Daytona last week. I can see the air. I can also throw some really stupid Joey Logano-like blocks too, but I can also see the air. In case we're wondering, AJ Allmendinger had too many crew members over the wall on that last stop, but it didn't matter. He was 32nd anyway. And I know he's just riding around taking care of his stuff. By the way, does anybody actually watch the NASCAR Heat Pro League? Does anybody watch it? It's a good game, but Jesus Christ. Online play for NASCAR Heat is so not worthy of a fucking esports league. It's kind of shit. I tried to watch the Core League and some of this other stuff, and I can't do it because it's so bad. iRacing's the way to go, obviously, if you're going to watch any esports for racing. Which I'm trying to keep track of when Landon Castle's going to have his Firecracker 400 with the 87 Cup cars on Classic Daytona. That's a race I want to see. And Dale Jr.'s entered a bunch of people. There's a lot of money on the line, too. I think everybody that entered had to put up money. And it's like thousands of dollars now for whoever wins. They've put so much money in because so many guys want to be a part of it. I might do a live stream and react to that. Because those 87 Cup cars are a good time to watch. That's like my favorite thing on iRacing because the current Cup car is so fucking bad. Yo, was that Liv Tyler in that commercial? That wasn't Liv Tyler. Liv Tyler doesn't look that good anymore. Say no to surgery, kids. Whoa, they're racing hard already. Uh-oh, is that Justin Haley in the sucker hole? It sure is. Now Chase Briscoe's leading. Justin Haley's in the sucker hole, going to the back. There's only 2 Fords in the Xfinity Series. I'm not a Ford guy, but come on.
Believe it or not, they have to. They're each other's only choice, really. You see the colleague cars and the RCR.
I don't know if they're going to start all. Well,
these 2 Fords have to work together to try and break those guys up.
I don't know.
Drivers highlighted in red in our scoring pylon eligible for the Dash for Cash. They don't have to win the race, just have to be the best finisher of those 4, and whoever finishes there will win the $100,000 bonus. And you only see 3 drivers.
Allmendinger's going to steal the bag again. You watch. He's running way in the back right now, but just watch.
This has got to be by design, right?
Yeah, and I think it's a great plan. He has nothing to gain by winning stage points. points and everything to lose if he gets caught up in a wreck.
That's exactly right.
I think it's a great plan by that team.
Yeah.
It's a little different for the other guys because they want to get those stage points. But for AJ Allmendinger, I think that's a great decision. And I'm going to say it's a little bit of experience between he and Chris Rice and what's happened before at some of these tracks.
Well, it's like I talked about at the start of the race. It's all about
Dominant
risk.
lines on the bottom now.
Why would he go up there and take all that risk when there's no reward? The stage points don't matter for him. They don't pay the $100,000 for winning stage 1 or stage 2, only the win. So he proved
Man, I love Briscoe's paint scheme. I'm so not a Ford guy, but I can't lie. Ford Cup cars and Xfinity cars these days look awesome. I'm jealous. Don't get me wrong, the Chevys look great. But it seems that Fords have better paint schemes for whatever reason. Briscoe's especially. Briscoe, Cindric, and Jeb Burton, front three on the bottom. And then you got Alfredo, Chastain, and Gregson. Well, now Briscoe and Cindric moved up because that outside line was coming. They're starting to jostle up front. Look out. Now Jeb Burton's leading the inside. Oh, Noah Gregson's in the sucker hole. God, there's a lot going on. Can't believe they haven't wrecked yet. They will, but I can't believe it hasn't happened yet. Now the outside line is formed up once again, and Burton, well, Jeb and Allgaier are stuck on the bottom with no help. Allgaier just tucked in on the outside behind Haley for 8th. So now Jeb Burton's literally the only car on the bottom.
Inside the top 10. By the way, this is a new team, Our Motorsports, first year. And Brett told me that he hopes to run more races with the team later in the year, but this is the last one officially that he has scheduled. So we'll keep our eyes and ears open for an announcement somewhere down the road that he'll be in this car a little more often as the season progresses. But right now, this is it for Moffitt in the zero.
The train is formed up.
I think they've really overachieved.
Once again.
This is a first-year organization. Brett got his first finish at Charlotte a few weeks ago when he was 6th. And look at Burton trying to slide up into line.
That's exactly what I talked about, being undecisive.
Not there yet.
The very first time he went to go make that move, he was barely clear. And the longer he hung out there and didn't get all the way in the hole, he wasn't. So
It's a good decision, though, not to force it early on. You got a lot of racing left to go.
8 to go in stage 2. Single file out against the wall. Briscoe, Cindric, Alfredo, Chastain, and Moffitt. 7 to go in the stage now.
Attitude and all that. He's so positive. He's like, it's okay. That's what you need when you're in the car. You need someone to build you up and you know, reinforce that you're doing the right things.
And just under 7 laps to go in stage number 2, Talladega. We'll go side by side.
Side by side, even though they're not doing anything. Well, they're definitely not side by side right now. But that's okay. These guys have gotten better about racing this shitty aero package on the play tracks. The races aren't as boring as they were for a while. Some of them Xfinity races at like, was it 20? Which one's the one Michael Annett won? Was that like a year ago? It wasn't this year. It might have been a year ago. The one that Michael Annett won at Daytona was just terrible. But I remember laughing because Michael Annett won. I was not a big Michael Annett fan at the time because he'd underachieved so fucking badly in a junior motorsports car. He's still an underachiever, but he's greatly improved. To the point where I'm like, yeah, go Michael Annett. I want to see you do well, so you're not a waste of a ride. Like Elliott Sadler was. Ooh, Brandon Jones, that was brave. That commercial, that Geico commercial lies, said that car's got 750 horsepower. That ain't true. Fucking lies. Yeah, it's got like 750 horsepower about 12 times a year, maybe. Something like that. 5 to go, coming to 4 in the stage. I don't like saying 5 to go when in actuality there's like 70 to go. When I have 4 to go in stage 2. Like I said, that's got to confuse the shit out of first-time viewers. It says 4 to go, but it says they're on lap 47 of 113. What's the fucking deal? Ooh, they're getting racy again. That inside line's formed up with all 4 junior... The junior motorsports cars are being really good about generally being committed to each other, because it's gotten them to the front several times. Alfredo's hung out to dry, way on the outside, no help. Well, here comes Justin Haley. That'll at least keep him from going to the very back, but he got hung out there. Boy, Briscoe and Cindric, the only 2 Fords, are really doing a good job of working together, but they're just incredibly outnumbered. Well, there's like 30 Chevrolets in the field.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, if I'm Dale Jr., I'm at home, I'm proud of my guys. They're all working together. We saw Justin Allgaier, Noah Griggs, Michael Annette, Jim Burton all get...
Old Timmy Hill poked his head into the top 10 for a second.
Chase Briscoe and Austin Cindric to move down and block them. So they've done a great
He's in the
job.
sucker hole now.
There's always strength in numbers that restricted plate racing. You cannot do it alone. You've got to rely on teammates or manufacturer teammates, and you're seeing that with the 2 leaders. The only 2 Ford Mustangs in the entire field, and those 2 guys are married together. It's weird. I feel as Eric talks...
What are you trying to say? They're gay? I ain't watching NASCAR no more. I'm kidding. That's just my impression of everybody in Alabama and Mississippi. I ain't watching NASCAR no more.
I mean, not only are we friends, he and Chase Briscoe, and we work well together. We've been teammates. We came up through the ladder system together.
2 to go in stage 2. Still Briscoe and Cindric leading. They're on the bottom. Now the dominant line's on the bottom. That middle line doesn't have enough cars, and there's really no far outside line to speak of.
I really liked what Austin Cindric told us about how he prepared for this race.
But those junior motorsports cars are all lined up, but they've still got to get around 2 Fords. But I know they all go together, I would imagine.
I think more drivers should do that. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think that's the only way to learn from these restricted plate races, to go back and watch. And especially in these Xfinity cars, the rules have not changed a lot. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel, and you don't really have a new strategy.
How about Cup with a tweaked aero package tomorrow with 0 practice racing at Talladega? 1 to go in the stage. Chastain is on the outside with help. Not going to get to the lead, though. They're about 4 cars back.
He'll be fine.
And he will circle back before the race is over. Final lap of the stage.
Yeah. Final lap here. You're going to watch. They're going to get racy. See the 19, giving the 11 a big shove right here. We'll see what he tries to do with it. Michael Annette pulled out. Yeah, I'd say Chase Briscoe. Man,
he said Michael Annette pulled out. Yeah, Annette pulled out, but nobody could go with him. Nobody could get up behind him and get clear. Big run for Michael Annette here. Nowhere to go, though. Briscoe's got him out against the wall. Sweeps back to the bottom to cover Cindric. Oh, if Annette could have just got to the 98's quarter panel. Oh, well. Briscoe wins stage 2.
I'll tell you what that was. That was really good practice for the end of the race.
I don't think it's going to be a snooze fest. I don't think much will change racing-wise. I like how they're like, oh, we've slowed the cars down. They won't quite hit 200 now. And I'm like, great. So you're just going to put them closer together and make a big wreck even more likely. NASCAR is amazing at fixing everything except what the problem actually is. One of my many rants this year, I remember after the Daytona 500, I said, I'm tired of these super speedway races just turning into fucking demolition derbies. It's not racing. It used to not be like that either. They raced the same way, but they didn't kill each other every other lap after so long in the race. You got dickheads like Joey Logano and Ricky Stenhouse throwing stupid blocks, putting people in bad situations, and we got somebody hurt because of it, and it could get worse. It's not the cars as much as it is the dumbass drivers. I was so mad after Daytona in February, not because the Ryan Newman thing. This has been building for a couple of years. I'd been frustrated with how super speedway races have ended up the last few years anyway. It's like, maybe we need to make a fucking rule. Block once, that's fine. You block twice, you're getting penalized. If you don't wreck, you're getting penalized. Stop fucking blocking, you know? If the guy's on your quarter panel, let him fucking go. Denny Hamlin was a great on the last lap of the 500 when Blaney and Newman shot around Denny Hamlin. Did Denny Hamlin block? No, and it was on the last lap. He did not block when Blaney and Newman shot past him, because if he did, they were probably all three going to wreck. You can't talk as long. Well, look, as long as you recognize that Logano races like a stupid son of a bitch on Talladega, on super speedways, Joey Logano races like a particular prick, which he's a prick everywhere, but he would be the first one to get somebody hurt at a super speedway race. I rail against Joey Logano every week, so I don't know if you'll be comfortable here or not, but you're welcome. You're welcome to be here. They hesitate to show the Blue Lives Matter card. Well, honestly, who cares? Clearly, that guy just put that shit on his car for attention. Come on. They saw the attention that Bubba got. And they're a small-time team, so they want to try to attract attention or a sponsor or something, and it's not fucking working, because who would want to sponsor a team that shit? So, obviously, they just put that on that car for attention. To be contrarian. Me and my dad were talking after Daytona in February. We were like, yeah, it needs to be like fucking IndyCar. Don't fucking block. Only in NASCAR, I'd say, all right, you can block once, but if you block twice and you don't wreck, your ass should get penalized. And I've got a love-hate relationship with the yellow line rule, because I think about the yellow line rule, and I'm like, you know what? The yellow line rule, like, in theory, it should make things safer. It's about, all right, look, you're not going to have to block to the bottom and the top. Because if you just run the bottom, you've only got to block one way. So in theory, that should help. But we obviously know the yellow line rule causes more problems than it's worth.
Jay Styles defends his Intercontinental Championship against Drew Gulak.
I have not been happy. Well, last year's spring Talladega race was really good. But the last great Daytona 500 was 2017. Every Daytona 500 since has been shit to me. Because they just turned into demolition derbies. Go back and watch 2017 Daytona 500. The last like 50 laps is amazing. And they weren't killing each other.
Hey, my race car made it.
It's there. You just got to get there and run it. Let's listen in on Justin Allgaier.
I don't even have the energy to rant about super speedway racing anymore.
Interesting comments. And I look at Junior Motorsports. 4 cars in the field. We know how fast they are. We know what their expectation is. Various agendas. We know that the teammates had issued earlier this year at Bristol, Allgaier and Gregson. So it'll be interesting to watch them. It'll be interesting.
It's 129 degrees in Jim Burton's car. Jeez.
Any emotions left over from what happened at Bristol?
It is 6:45 in the evening. And we've still got half a race left.
Such a valid point. When it gets hot in the car, mentally you break down a little bit. And when we talk about these tracks, it's all about making mental decisions. And when you see somebody make a bad decision at the end,
you cannot make it from here. Everybody have to pit one more time after this. But it makes sense to pit here anyway. See how the running order gets shaken up. You're going to see 4 tires, 2 tires, maybe some no tires. 2 for Cindric. Slow stop for Michael Annett. Well, they took 2 tires, but it's still kind of slow for a 2-tire stop.
98 at Chase Briscoe.
Like I said, I'm just hoping to see Noah Gragson flip upside down today. Cindric got the lead off pit road. Unfortunately, Gregson's up to second. Chastain third. Michael Annett fourth after that slow two-tire stop. Whoa, the 13 car's around backwards.
Who was in the top 10 earlier is going the wrong way. That is
Still
perfectly
legal.
legal, by the way, yes.
It's so interesting.
That's
to see
always
all
been the
different
attraction with
strategies
Talladega
that
and
goes on.
Daytona.
Yeah, but
It's
right
like
on
anybody
two
can
tires,
win.
you only-
Just
it's
about
easy
anybody
to
can
see
win.
all the different thoughts.
Adam, what do you say we dial up to 1?
I'm for it. Go ahead.
Let's do
You realize how happy I would be if somehow Bubba won tomorrow? What just fucked up timing that would be. And everybody would say it was rigged, you know. Well, not everybody, just the morons out there who hate him for some reason. Hate him because he's black. They would say that it's rigged. But just imagine if Bubba was able to win tomorrow. Man. I want it so bad. I would cry if Bubba won just because I would just love to read the Facebook comments after a Bubba win. Ooh, give me some of that. Come on, Bubba. You know? God, I wish Bubba would win tomorrow. I can say that because he legitimately has a chance, because once again, it's Talladega. Wouldn't that just be hilarious? And honestly, it'd be great for the sport. It's like just what we need. It would be just like, it'd be like when Junior won Daytona in July of 01. People said that one was rigged too.
We hope it doesn't get boring. We
So,
hope it stays
whatever.
as exciting as it has these first two
Every
stages.
week, the boomers on Facebook say the random draw for the poll is rigged. Every week, no matter who wins it, they say it's rigged. The random draw for the starting position. Oh, it's rigged. Yeah, I know, but we know Bubba just doesn't have equipment. Although, if you pay attention lately, Bubba has consistently been top 15 the last, 4 races. Consistently throughout the race. Running really well. That's big strides for that team, let's be real. And they could easily show up and win a super speedway race. Hell, he almost did it before. But man, wouldn't that just be great? I would die of laughter. I would have a stroke reading the Facebook and Twitter comments from all the, psycho boomers out there that hate him for some reason. That's why I want to see it. I would buy that diecast. I would buy that shirt that they make for the race wins. I don't see any pit penalties. Not that it matters. It's Talladega. You can get back to the front. So I'm not even really paying attention for penalties today. Man, Bubba, I'm going to have dreams about Bubba winning that race tomorrow. Just for the reaction after the race, man. That would just be some delicious shit right there. God, in a perfect world. Don't you think Bubba winning would just bring us all together? It would put a damn smile on my face. I would laugh myself into a seizure. I would cry tears of happiness, and then I'd laugh myself into a seizure once the reality really set in of the situation. we're back. God, that was a long commercial. That was like an exceptionally long commercial.
Getting in the sprint car, my dad and my grandpa would always start.
Or maybe I was just lost in my fantasy about Bubba winning tomorrow.
Maybe a year and a half, 2 years old, and I remember they started the car up.
If Bubba does win, come back and look at this video and see how I would react.
You know, a lot of kids don't get to spend quality time with their dad, especially. And, you know, I was with my dad every weekend.
I'm trying to will it into existence.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine life without that.
Dude, I remember one time, I think it was in like 2014, the day before the Daytona 500, I fell asleep. Let me mute this so I can hear myself think for this. I fell asleep and I had a dream the day before the Daytona 500. I had a dream there was a cup race at Dover and Danica won. And I was really fucking annoyed because I can't remember in my dream how she won. But I've had dreams about races like that before where it's like I've watched so many races I can visualize one in my mind and it's totally realistic. I can't even remember the way in which in my dream it was like, okay, Danica just won Dover. I was like, fuck it, this is bullshit. Now we'll never hear the end of this. And then when I woke up and realized it wasn't true, I was like, oh, thank God, we'd never hear the end of it. I have dreams about races all the time. I've had dreams about races that are so realistic and believable, I wake up and think it actually happened, and then it takes me a minute to realize, oh, I was just dreaming. Is anybody else like that?
Caution with traffic and not hit anybody is pretty spectacular.
I think everybody else is thankful as well, Adam.
Front row on the restart is going to be Austin Cindric, Noah Gragson.
We are at halfway.
Behind them, Haley
We have about an hour and 10 minutes till sunset. So like I said, one lengthy red flag and we're fucked, guys. 3 Junior Motorsports on the outside lane. Gregson, Annette, and Jeb Burton lined up together. Burton's laying way back. Chastain is up Cindric's ass up front to push him out to the lead for now. Excuse me. Too much of that Pepsi. That Pepsi Zero Sugar Cherry flavor. How do you say that? Pepsi Zero Sugar Wild Cherry. Oh, Jesus. Brandon Jones just about piled up the field. Unfortunately, Gregson's the first car in the outside lane, so go Cindric. Here I am, 2 weeks in a row, I got to cheer for Austin Cindric, who I don't like either. But I hate infinitely less than Noah Gragson. Michael Annette, my pick, is still right there in the top 5. Yeah, you got to pit. We're not clear of pit stops yet. Cannot make it from here.
That's right, or he can take 2 and have the freshest left side tires of anybody.
Well, both lanes are pretty even right now. Cindric the head of one, Gragson the head of the other.
That's right, and he didn't give up a lot. At a place like
Who do I like? I'm a Hendrick Motorsports fan. I would just say I'm a Hendrick Motorsports fan. I don't have a favorite driver anymore. So I just cheer for Hendrick. I just gravitated to them. Because of Bowman and Elliott mostly, and I like Jimmy Johnson. I always liked Jimmy Johnson. Always admired the guy. I like Jimmy Johnson because he's better than Kyle Busch, and people refuse to admit it. How do you get 7 championships and 83 wins, but people still say Kyle Busch is better than you? I don't understand. Just because Kyle Busch runs like as many Xfinity races as he can. It's like big fucking deal. So I always appreciated Jimmy Johnson. The actual best driver of this generation. I tell you, in Xfinity, I really like Ross Chastain and Junior Motorsports drivers, except Gragson. Noah Gragson can fuck off and die. So it's really hard to be a Junior Motorsports fan right now. And he's got the lead. He's the lead car in the outside lane, and he's surging ahead of Cindric constantly. So this is setting up for disaster. And he's got 3 teammates behind him. All 4 Junior Motorsports cars are up on the outside, and they've got Gragson out front.
He's a driver that could get it done here this afternoon. What about his teammate, Jamie?
And Justin Allgaier before that stop said he was too loose to run the top. He was running the bottom. He was telling his teammates to come with him. So he got a little tightened up there. Now they're running up top, and we'll see how long he can hold on to it. But now they've got the group together, the band together, and that's been the plan.
Go Junior Motorsports. I just wish Michael Annette or Justin Allgaier or Jeb Burton were the ones out front, but whatever. I hope they hang Gregson's ass out to dry if it comes down to it. I know Allgaier would. Allgaier would sail Gregson out in a heartbeat. I guarantee it. After Bristol. Dude, you know what I hate? When I play NASCAR Heat 4, my friends suck at the game, so we can't do a multiplayer race at Talladega and just dominate the thing because they can't fucking run in the draft. I would love to get like 2 of my friends and just get up front and take over a super speedway race. Run single file out against the wall. Just like in real life. Stink up the show. Oh, the train's forming, guys. That outside line's really stringing out. There's about 4 cars on the bottom, and you could fit the Romanian army between all 3 of them. There's no momentum on the bottom. It's all outside now. All outside. The Dale Jr. train. The patented pod popper line. Unfortunately, Gregson is the beneficiary. He's the leader.
Just go faster. I will say, though, if you're going to step out of line and see how it works, now is the time to try it, because if you wait too long, then you get...
They are going to stay like this till pit stops, I guarantee it. They've trained up now. And that's how it's going to be. We cut away from the race to show little Jeb Burton as a kid. Look at Ward Burton. That specimen of a man, Ward Burton. Somewhere he's probably bitching about how he can't say cat skid steer loader properly. Well, that was an unexpected commercial. Thank you. Maybe during the next commercial, when I have time, I'll just play the clip of Ward Burton talking. I'll just go ahead and play it now. They're single file. I'm going to play audio for you guys. You've probably heard this before, but it's funny. It makes me laugh. So you guys will appreciate this. I present Ward Burton cat skid steer loader. This is on the John Boy and Billy show, which I listen to as much as I can when I'm on the way to work.
Hey, Billy, you know about Caterpillar, right? Sure, the Cat NASCAR team won the Daytona 500.
Hold on, that's not even proper audio. That's just a guy recording. Here's the audio. Ward Burton, cat skid steer loader.
Ward, you have your script there?
Yeah, I sure do, buddy.
All right, okay. All right, let's go. Are we ready, Jack? Are we rolling? Okay, here we go. Hey, Billy, you know about Caterpillar, right?
Sure, the Cat NASCAR team won the Daytona 500. I'd love to drive that car to work one day.
How about if you leave the driving up to me?
Hey, here's Ward Burton, Daytona 500 winner.
What brings you out of the Cat race car?
Well, the folks at Carolina Tractor want me to tell everybody that they're giving away a brand new cat steer loader.
What's the scoop on how I can win one, Ward?
Just go to the website
www.catsteer.com
and go see that fucking guy over there.
Fucking guy, that's all one word? .com?
Sorry about that.
That's all right. That's all right, man. Where you want to pick up, man?
Again, I think we're going to have to go from the top.
All right, going from the top.
Going from the top. I don't know if I'll ever get this. Okay. Just go to their website, www.catskierloader.com, or head over to the Carolina dealer.
That's Cat Skid Steer Loader. It's all one word, right?
Cat skid steer loader. Y'all gonna really make fun of me now, but
no, actually, that was just my next line.
cat skid steer loader.
Are you sure you work for Caterpillar?
Hell no, that's why I just leave it at cat. I don't ever say Caterpillar. Y'all might want me to say my damn line and y'all go back to work.
That sounds good, Randy. Just put him in.
Oh, shit. Cat skid steer loader.
All right. Cat Skid Steer Loader, all one word.
That's right. You can sign on, check out all the features and the new different cat skid steer models, and register for a chance to win a new one.
One more time, it's Cat Skid Steer Loader.
I can't say it. I've tried. I'll try to get it right for you. Who's doing this recording anyway?
Just say that Cat Skid Steer Loader, and Randy can put it in.
Well, shit, I'm trying, man. How much much y'all getting paid for this?
I don't know. Not as much as you, and your line's blowing it.
All right, here we go. I hope we aren't on live.
No. Oh my God, we are. No, we're not.
Just go to their website, www.catskidsteer.catskidsteerloader. Cat Skid Steer Loader. All right, you ready?
Yep.
That's right. You can sign on and check out all the features and the new cat. I'm gonna have to stop waking up so early and go working out and go to damn speeching school or something.
Speeching school.
Sounds like you've been hanging out with Rusty Wallace.
Y'all got any coffee or something? Maybe it'll speed up my voice a little bit or something. All right, here we go. Well, the folks at Carolina Tractor want me to tell everybody that they're giving away a brand new Cat Skid Steer Loader.
We knew you could do it. And now you're saying it perfect every time, so say it a lot.
You see why I got sent to military schools and summer schools and all kind of stuff.
Thank you, Ward.
Well, thank y'all so much, and I'll try to drink some coffee so I can talk fast.
Call us anytime, man. Thanks, Ward.
Y'all stay in touch, guys.
All right, dear.
Cat Skid.
Cat Skid Steer Loader. By the way, you ain't missed shit. There's 46 laps to go. There's about 25 cars single file against the outside wall. And I just wanted to hear about the Cat Skid Steer Loader, because it's a lot more interesting than what's going on right now. The only thing interesting to point out is that Justin Haley is in 20th, and Chase Briscoe's even further back than that. You just got Gregson and Jeb Burton, Allgaier controlling the race. That's bad news for everybody else. Good news if you're a junior fan, unless Gregson wins. I got the impression that Dale Jr. doesn't even like Noah Gregson. If you listen to Junior's podcast, he does not like Noah Gregson. He's probably wondering why the fuck he's driving for him.
I agree. Being one of the first to pit is usually an advantage because when you do come down pit road, it breaks up the momentum and the energy of the rest of the cars in that pack. So you do get a little bit of an advantage, but you want to make sure you have enough gas for a green light.
Cat Skid Steer Loader.
Yeah. Communication is going to be so big when they start.
Mott Snyder's in that lead. There's 10 cars that have broken away. Mott Snyder's in that lead pack. Well, the lead train. 10 cars have broken away. 45 laps. Oh, they're going to do a NASCAR on Fox. Shut the fuck up. How nice. This is what I hate about this aero package. This aero package encourages this kind of racing, if you can even call it racing. Single file. The only way I'd be happy with this is if Junior was leading. That's like the only way. I admit I'm biased. I'm not perfect. Cindric ain't careful, he's going to lose touch with that front group. He's starting to kind of fade back a little bit. Not much, but there's a gap between him and Mike Snyder. You guys remember how awesome Speed Channel was for so long? When they had Trackside and NASCAR Race Day and Wind Tunnel with Dave Despain? I almost said Dave Mustaine. Wouldn't that have been a better show? Trackside used to be a great show. The last year or two it was on, it was fucking terrible, though. Picture this. It's 2010. It's Friday night. You got home from school. You watch Trackside on Speed as you eat dinner. You spend Saturday, you watch all the practices and qualifying. Sunday morning, you wake up, you watch NASCAR Race Day, and then you finish the weekend off watching Wind Tunnel. Oh, a simpler time when I was like 16. And life sucked infinitely less.
42 to go, and you heard it there. They're going to pit sometime just inside of 40 remaining. We'll have those
Pit stops are going to start any time now. God, they go to a lot of commercials. Then again, give them credit. There's nothing going on. Get the commercials in now. So later, if something should happen. So if somebody... We're going to take bets on somebody screwing up getting to pit road. I don't think they will. They're too spread out. If they were still in a big fucking pack, 2 and 3 wide, somebody would screw up coming to pit road. But I don't think we're going to see that today. We're on 41 laps to go. Anytime now they'll start pitting. I love Kyle Petty. Jay, you leave Kyle Petty alone. Rutledge Wood, you can shit on him all day. I don't like Rutledge. But Kyle Petty, you leave Kyle Petty alone. But yeah, that last year or two, they turned trackside into like some half-assed fucking variety show. Like, trackside was cooler, and it was like Jeff Hammond, Darrell Waltrip, Larry Mack, Steve Burns, and they'd have drivers come in and out, and, you know, they'd bullshit and chit-chat with people and have real conversations. But when it was like the Kyle Petty, Rutledge, that random chick, and they were doing like little games and stuff, like, God, it was so fucking lame. But I miss Speed Channel. Bring back Speed Channel. I would pay a monthly fee like Netflix to have Speed Channel back. No, who am I kidding? I just bum it from somebody else because I'm too cheap to pay for subscription services. Having to pay my own phone bill is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. No, I'm kidding. But I wouldn't want to pay for a fucking subscription fee. Although, if they were going to start broadcasting races on there, I'd break down and do it. $40 to go. Anybody pitting this time, or are they going to wait another lap or two? Boy, just imagine if you could, like, hook bumpers and actually make some fucking ground here. Wouldn't that make the race a lot better, guys? I was the first guy to shit on two-car tandems because I hated certain aspects of it, but I can't deny that the races were infinitely more exciting. But it was frustrating as a fan knowing that my driver can't go win the race for himself because he's got to fucking rely on somebody else or push somebody else. And I'm like, why does my driver have to be hooked up with somebody else? Why can't my driver just go up and win the race on his own? Why does he have to be attached at the hip with somebody, you know? That was the frustrating thing about two-car tandems. If you don't care who wins, I mean, it's a hell of a show. The Xfinity races were incredible. But sometimes those races got so frustrating. But it would make this race a hell of a lot better right now. 39 to go. We're inside 40.
Eric, part of the initiation of being in the booth is that you have to give us your best Jerry Maguire. Show me the money.
Right now, Brandon Jones is the first of the Dash for Cash guys. He's in 6th. Chastain 8th. Allmendinger 14th. Briscoe 16th. So Brandon Jones. Oh, car in the wall off of 2. Who is that? Somebody just slammed the wall. Come on, throw a caution, NASCAR. We need one. If you want this race to be worth the shit, you'll throw a caution. It's the 47. Oh, what a shame. It's the 47. What a shame. That should be a damn caution. He's all up in the way. Jesus Christ. How hard do you have to hit the wall to bring out a fucking caution? Come on, NASCAR. You know you want to. This race would be so much better with a caution. Jesus, he slammed the wall off of 2. God.
Yeah, he should have slowed down a little more when he got to turn 3.
He was still trying to haul ass in a 3, and he pulled up in front of traffic and about LePage the whole field. The back half of the field. Oh, Riley. Riley Herbst hard into the wall. Caution's out. Well, he deserves that because Riley Herbst is trash. He deserves that. Well, we got our caution. Well, Allmendinger got to pit road before the caution. Allmendinger, Chastain, Anthony Alfredo, and Justin Haley were all on pit road before the caution. They're going to be up front now. I told you Allmendinger was going to steal the money. Oh, Briscoe's fucked. Briscoe's got heavy damage. He's screwed. The left front is tore off Briscoe's car. 08 has some heavy damage. God, what the fuck happened?
Based on the fact that they're making green flag stops, you'd think.
Somebody took out Riley Herbst and did us all a favor.
He just got turned and maybe not.
He deserved that. He deserved that.
I go back to, Briscoe was up front.
In front of all those cars.
And we said he might be the guy.
Good
because he
grief.
had
Well,
the
this
front
changes
tires,
everything.
but he lost the lead driver.
That's another great NASCAR announcer line. This changes
The
everything.
situation, you can get caught up at Talladega.
Goodness.
Moving on board with 98.
I was begging for a caution and we got one. Good grief. That was Moffitt who did that. Moffitt did exactly what Kyle Busch did to Chase Elliott. He tried to clear up in line and wasn't paying attention, and he ran over Herbst and took out Briscoe in the process.
I don't think that Chase Briscoe is done, but that's certainly good.
Jamie, that's pretty much done. Look at how crooked that left front is.
Oh, he's riding on like 4 rims, Eric. Yeah, when you're in that situation, you're just
Well, this is going to be interesting. Now you've got yourself a race. And the Colleague racing cars are going to be up front.
That come out at the end of the stage. And here's a word from Brett Moffitt. He was in the middle of that.
I got into the 18. Mark Morello looking in the mirror. He came down a little, or I came up. I don't know.
Well, we talked about it. You spend 90% of the race looking in your rearview mirror, and it sounds like he just was looking in the rearview mirror and just got into to the 18 a little bit there. They're really lucky there, guys. That could have been a massive wreck with the amount of cars that came through there when they were.
Well, this will take Gregson out of the lead, thank God.
And I feel silly for jumping to a conclusion on what happened about coming to pit road, but we see that all the time. We see when cars start coming to pit road under green flag stops that we see wrecks. This was not a cause of cars coming to a green flag stop, but happened at the same time.
Well, I'm going to blame it on you, Eric. I jumped to conclusions with you.
But you pit and take fuel only.
We all jump to conclusions. That's what race fans do. We're all guilty of it. We see something and go, oh, what the fuck, you stupid prick, and then you realize what actually happened. And you're not as mad anymore. All right, it's the money shot. There's the 47 right in the middle of pit road with his fucked up car getting in everybody's way again. Wrecked cars matter, guys. Maybe that jack-off Weatherman can put that on his next car. Looks like no tires for everybody except Allgaier. He took 2. And Brandon Jones took 2. Looks like gas only for almost everybody. Oh boy. We should just make NASCAR RC cars. Yeah. They should have an RC car league. Can you believe, and I'm going to call out somebody I really admire, Pat McAfee. I love Pat McAfee. But he said something really fucking stupid a while back when they were talking about NASCAR drivers doing iRacing. Why don't they just do that instead of actually racing? Because it's safe, nobody gets hurt. Why don't they just do sim racing? That could be the future. We could just do away with racing. Fucking moron, dude. Like, you always hear the dumbest shit from sports personalities that try to sound like they know what they're talking about when they talk about racing. Especially lately on ESPN. Good God, NASCAR's been all over ESPN. And they've got like 2 people at that network that know what the fuck they're talking about. And it's infuriating to listen to. It really is. Why don't you just get rid of racing? Them all just do iRacing. That could be the future of the sport. Dude, after about a month, 2 months of watching them do iRacing, I was sick of it. I was enjoying it, but by the end, I'm like, okay, it's time to fucking end this. It filled the void for a little while. And I particularly enjoyed Talladega, Texas, Homestead, Richmond, and North Wilkesboro. The North Wilkesboro race they did was great. But after a while, I was over it. That's why I stopped streaming it. And I was going to stream the North Wilkesboro race that day, but my internet wouldn't let me for some reason, so I couldn't stream that. I was actually going to do that one. But there's a reason I'd stopped streaming those iRacing events, because I'm like, there's no point. And by that point, I already knew that real racing was coming back. I think we'd already found out. So I was like, I ain't going to bother. I'm going to take some time away and get ready to come back for this. And ever since we've come back for this, it's been stream. And this coming weekend, good God, what do we got? We got truck race at Pocono, Xfinity race at Pocono, and we got 2 Cup races at Pocono next weekend. How much you want to bet it's going to rain? With the luck they've had, oh God, we're going to Pocono, and it rains there every year anyway, and it's rained everywhere else this year. Why don't they just stop racing and play on our race thing? Fucking morons. And the really ignorant shit they said about Kyle Larson. Typical dumb redneck. Nice. First of all, he's not a redneck. He's Japanese and he's from California. He's a fucking moron, but don't try to paint him into like the NASCAR stereotype, you know? Like Pat McAfee and other people were doing that didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. Geico 500 tomorrow at 3. By the way, there's rain in the forecast in the early afternoon, but it goes away after that. So tomorrow should be good. All right. 33 to go when they cross this time. Chastain's leading, Allmendinger second, Haley third. I was right. The Colleague cars are up front. Unfortunately, they're going to get in line. Now Gregson's the first car in the outside lane again. Fucking great. The Colleague cars are on the bottom. And Gregson's up top with Michael Annette pushing him. Get up there, Ross. You're going to have to block. Oh, wow. He can't block that. Yeah, Gregson's got the fucking lead back. Yep, Gregson's got the lead back already. Worked out perfectly for him. He's not clear, but he's got the best line up there, I think. I don't know. They're getting kind of broken up there. The bottom line's formed up better than the outside right now, and it's starting to show. Chastain pulled back ahead. If he can just get Haley to pull up in front of the 9, they'll be okay. They need to pull up in front of the high lane. I only say that because I don't want Gregson leading. If they pull up in the high lane, Jeb Burton and Justin Allgaier is going to take the lead. So, you know which ones I'd rather have win. Allmendinger up here trying to get this money again.
And when you consider every race, he has made some kind of a play. Came back at Bristol for a
now they've got 4 cars that can clear Gregson right now. Come on, Burton and Allgaier, get up there with your teammate. Get in front of him.
and here he is, second to his teammate Chastain. I mean, every time he comes and runs his 16 car, we talk about it.
He has done an incredible job of racing these engines.
Looking good right now for me, I guess. There you go, Allgaier. Allgaier pulled up in front of Gregson on the outside. Now Jeb Burton goes with him. And now Allmendinger and Chastain follow them. It's going to get real dicey up here now. They were a lot quicker to move up that time than earlier. Now the train is forming up again. Good grief.
Let's get more on the dinger, Jamie.
And I was talking to Chris Rice, the president of Colleague Racing, and Jamie, to your point, they said he just fits in with this team so well. It's just so much better for him in the Cup
God, the
Series.
train has formed up. Again, they're already single file out against the wall with no inside lane to speak of. But 4 guys I really admire are in front of Noah Gregson, so I'm good with this.
See the value in it, right? He brought his company in as the sponsor, and they've been able to capitalize on it. They now got Ross Chastain with a full-time sponsorship.
This has been a remarkably clean race until that incident with Herbst and Moffitt. And that was just an accident. This has been a remarkably clean race. Daytona was, too, back in February, the Xfinity race.
And Chris Rice has been a huge part of that, and it's because of the model they have. They're not trying to build their own cars or engines. They're getting stuff from ECR and engineering support. I've heard them say that's really helped their program this year, and I think that's the model that everyone has to go off of from here on in the future.
Earned a little lift there out of the 11 car. I'm telling you, the 11 car, he can push people.
Haley is the only car. I thought Haley would be up front with Chastain and Allmendinger, but they lost him. He's all the way back in ninth.
He gets the rear bumper of the car in front of him. And even though we saw him get
30 laps to go, 29 this time.
He's still in ninth. He's not that far back right now, so he's not in that bad of a position.
Yeah, 29 laps, a lot of time. We just know they don't have to pit again, which is always the most intense moment in any super speedway race. Once you've hit that last pit stop, it's on.
We haven't seen everybody turn up to wick that last 10%.
Well, then all these guys in the front are content right now. They're like, look, count my laps down. How many laps to go? And so the spotter's going to tell them every 5 or 10 laps, 25 to go, 20 to go. And they're going to start putting game plans together. If you're fourth in line, you're going to be looking in your mirror of who's going to pull out first. Like we saw at the end of that first stage, you want to make sure if that bottom row starts coming, that you're on the front of the row that's moving to the front, because that's going to be the best shot to win.
So is very content.
28 laps to go.
Most of these guys from second, third,
Choo choo!
fourth,
Single fall. But I'm okay with it because Gregson's not leading. Let's keep it that way.
Take laps off. The guys from 10th on back, they're trying to figure out how they can make a move to the bottom and get some track position back.
Well, and the further back you are in the pack,
Brandon Jones makes a move to the bottom with Burton, and they immediately cut away from it. Wow, Fox. Wow, we really had to see a replay of Harrison Burton getting single foul 2 laps ago.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. We saw that.
These dudes pulled out of line and looked like they might have had people going with them, and they cut to a replay of Burton getting in line. Okay, the run didn't go anywhere, but still, come on, Fox. Now Harrison Burton's really fucked. Brandon Jones got back in line, and there's nowhere for Burton to get in line. He's going all the way to the back. All the way. See you later, Harrison Burton. Nowhere for him to get in line.
We have not seen them at the front as much as I would have thought, and now, I mean, there he is, hung out in the bottom line. Burton going in the wrong direction with 27 to go.
Yeah, and one of the things that you can do, if you think the car, if you're back here in line, and you think the car in front of you is not stuck up tight enough to the car in front of him, you try to catch them asleep. And when you enter the corner, you pull off, get to the inside of them, it stalls them out. You try to just pass one car at a time, and we'll see guys try to make that move here as the race moves on.
I agree with you. It's really hard when everybody's evenly spaced out. You know, when everybody's got a half a car length gap or so. You gotta get a guy that's sleeping, that's riding around.
I like that Jeb Burton is the first junior motorsports car. He's got a shot here. Obviously, you'd want to be Allmendinger or Chastain, but Burton in third with teammates behind him, that's good. He's probably feeling all right now.
Guys further back will end up hot.
Brandon Brown continues to hang, Vince.
Well, and Jamie and Eric act like they know exactly what they're talking about.
Oh, Jeb.
They just told Brandon Brown, they said, roll the top until somebody makes a mistake, and they will. And when they do, take advantage. And that's exactly what you guys were talking about. He's in a comfortable position inside the top 10, but if an opportunity presents itself, he'll make a move.
And just in front of him, Austin Cindric, who's the lone Ford right now at the front. 25 to go at Talladega. Let's crank it up one more time.
Crank it up. Well, it's a long 25 laps we got here. It's only because they're single file. That's why it seems so long. Because they're just riding right now. As they often do at this point in the race. I like how the ticker says somebody named Garrett is the leader. It's Chastain. I think I said last week, AJ Allmendinger has made more money in the last 3 weeks than he did his entire full-time career. Winning Atlanta and winning the $100,000 last week. It's unbelievable. .23 to go. Still single file. Not much to talk about. Still better than Arca. I see why they don't show Arca on TV. I think he just said fucking.
And we do apologize.
He did. I did not mishear that. Justin Haley or somebody on his radio said fucking.
Those spotters have to be socially
And Adam Alexander had to apologize for that language.
And when you want to formulate a plan, you got to go find your dancing partner. That's easier said than done in the times we're in right now.
The plans normally never work, but you
22 to go. I don't know about you, but we're feeling 22.
when it comes down to the end.
Yeah, the only way to put a plan together, you
Ain't nothing going on.
go talk to the guy running.
It's getting dark, though.
Have your spotter.
Sun's getting real low, big guy.
Have your spotter go talk to his spotter and
21 laps to go.
That's it's very difficult.
You know what this reminds me of a little bit? I think it was last
Anthony
year.
Alfredo's the only car on the bottom. He's trying. Right now, he's working his way to the back. Ooh, he's going to try to squeeze up in line. He got in. The 07 cut him a little bit of a break. Stacked him up. Now Mike Snyder pulled out a line back there.
You can't do it by yourself. Yeah, you gotta have help.
It's frustrating to watch, I can tell you that much.
On the entry to these corners, and he's like, you'll get a big run.
Choo-choo.
He's like, I'll push you.
Choo-choo.
Everybody's wanting to wait.
Still Chastain, Allmendinger, Burton, Allgaier, and Gregson, and Michael Lynette up front.
6-8 laps to go. I think you're going to wait a little bit longer before you see anyone make a move. From what we saw at the
I like my man Ross Chastain, so it ain't going to hurt my feelings if he wins.
And you only get one shot. You're at 20 to go right now, and you know that when you make your move, if it doesn't work, you're probably going to take yourself out of contention to win the race. So you want to wait as long as you can.
I want to report on the 18 of Riley Herbst in a crash earlier, taken to the infield care center. He has been released. Jamie?
Well, Adam, I think the most antsy of the junior motorsports drivers is Jeb Burton in the age. He keeps telling the team, all right, are we going to ride or can we drop to the bottom? And then a couple minutes later, all right, can we make a move? And they're saying, just be patient.
Bernard Pollard's going crazy. Why are they not doing anything?
Riding around waiting to see what Chastain and Allmendinger can do.
If I'm not the leader right now, I want to be Jeb Burton because I have 3 teammates lined up behind me. And when I make a move, most likely they're going to go with you. I think Allmendinger actually might be sitting in the worst position because Jeb Burton's going to make the move on Allmendinger.
Oh, yeah, they're right about that. Allmendinger's kind of stuck playing defense for Ross Chastain. Allmendinger really is probably not going to have a chance to win the race. He's going to look like a dick if he sells his teammate out before the last lap, so he's kind of stuck. Come on, there's 4 junior motorsports cars. I know they're all going to go together. I know they are.
I agree with their spotters. I think the 4 of those cars are strong enough that they could pull to the bottom.
Yeah. Keep waiting, though. Don't do it now. Just wait. Don't wait too fucking long, though. About 5 to go, I'm going. You can't wait till 1 or 2 to go. You could in the Cup cars, as big as those runs are, but in this, you got to start 5 or 6 to go. You better have a plan, and you better start doing it.
once we get the caution after you've seen the white flag, the race is over. If you're out front, you get the checkered as well.
If NASCAR throws a caution on the white flag lap, they're just being douchebags. My favorite's when they throw it 10 feet from the start-finish line.
Pack up a little bit on the exit of 2, the exit of 4, and see how big of a run I can generate down the 2 straightaways so I can make my move.
Oh, big wreck in the back. Big wreck. Oh, Harrison Burton just hit hard.
Oh, is that Harrison Burton?
The 52's oh, man. And he took out the 90 with him, the 08. Josh Williams is in it. Well, this is going to shake things up again. But I'm happy to say Allgaier will be on the outside line. God. I hope they don't have to red flag it because the sun sets in about 30 minutes.
I want to see those window nets dropping down, and there it is for Burton.
Oh, they just all stacked.
Jostling around and stacking up for 25th. And God, Harrison Burton. The only thing that saved him from that being worse was that he hit Josh Williams on the way to the wall.
Is when everybody's running single file like that, the line starts to accordion.
Yeah.
And
Poor Harrison Burton. Harrison Burton was trying everything he could to get back to the front. He was one of the few guys that was consistently jumping out of line looking for anything.
But sometimes it catches you by surprise, and you see it there where everybody's stacked up.
But it didn't work out for him.
In your mirror because you're wanting to make sure that the guy behind you is staying in line. So there's just so much going on. Man, that's a big hit.
Josh Williams took a hard hit in that front tire on the driver's side. But when you consider the impact, it would have been for Harrison Burton head first.
Red flag. They've red flagged it.
That could have been
Good grief. It's going to be fucking dark.
Under caution for the 5th time today.
Under red flag. I just read it from Bob Pockrass. Hopefully it's a quick cleanup. Honestly, I wouldn't red flag it. We're racing against the light here. Has the 52 not wrecked or had a mechanical problem in since the entire time they've been back racing again? Cat skid steer loader. See, that's not hard to say. I don't know why. I mean, they started the ARCA race at like 2:30. They should have started the ARCA race at like 1. And then as soon as the ARCA race is done, start this fucking race. I don't know why they waited till 5:30 at a track with no lights that is prone to lengthy red flags for big wrecks like we just saw. But what are you going to do? As soon as they come back from commercial, I gotta run to the bathroom. Drank too much Pepsi, 0 sugar, wild cherry. So this red flag came in handy for one thing. Alright, y'all can listen to them talk. I'll be right back.
300 at Talladega for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Our 5th caution of the day has led to our first red flag. Among the drivers involved, Josh Williams, Harrison Burton. And I mean, I don't know, but it certainly would appear that there's these guys are disappointed in each other here, huh? Or at least Josh seems unhappy, I'll say that.
But it does appear that way, Adam. But we're not 100% sure what they're saying, so it's hard to speculate.
So let's go back and see what created this caution. And we can tell you it will end the top 10 streak for Harrison Burton, who had recorded 10 in a row.
It honestly looks to me like the 52 got into the 0, and I don't really know what Harrison Burton did wrong right there.
Yeah, it looked like they started to stack up.
Yeah, and I don't know why Josh is mad, because he was just innocent bystander collected in that.
I can imagine his frustration, but it's hard to place blame in this circumstance, especially at Harrison, right?
Here's the thing. Maybe he's mad about something that happened 20 minutes ago, right? Like, you don't know. Maybe 2 laps before that.
And now we'll put our ghost car animation in, and we're riding here for the 52 of Cody Vanderwall.
Yeah, the 44 checks up, the 0 checks up, the 52 gets in the back of the 0, and then the 22 and all of them behind just stack in there.
If they hurry up and get going, it won't be too dark. But they got about 20 minutes or so.
This is going to happen?
And you think it's going to happen again. There's going to be another wreck, and another red flag, and another long caution, and yeah, we won't see a real fucking winner. Worst case scenario. I'm just being pessimistic, I know.
15 to go, and that's
I'm just being pessimistic.
Really get crazy. Enjoy a virtual piece of the race day experience at Talladega Superspeedway with the official digital souvenir program. This digital publication is available free of charge from Talladega Superspeedway.com. I love this idea because only 5,000 fans are going to be at the race tomorrow, so everybody can get in on the program fun. And there's the trophy for today.
I'll tell you what,
Ryan Blaney's going to do it tomorrow. You heard it here first, people. Ryan Blaney.
It looks durable, though. I like that. I feel like your kids can play with that one and not destroy it, Eric.
No, if they try to pick that up, though, you break their back or hurt their toe really bad if they drop it. I think it weighs about 50 or 60 pounds.
Now, I got to know what protocol is here. Eric, you've won in Cup.
Hey, that 52 car should be back over here in town late tonight. I can go over and see it if I want to.
Separate locations because they're from different series.
Well, actually,
should have started this like an hour earlier.
Cup Series in 2018 in the playoffs, I took to Smithfield headquarters and put it right there in the atrium at Smithfield headquarters. So they've been such a big supporter of me and my career, and felt like they deserved that one.
I've been up to Smithfield, beautiful campus up there in Virginia, and you have 2 trophies from Talladega as where, Jamie? Where do they fit into the equation for you?
Yeah, I mean, I did not take mine to Smithfield, Eric. I do like how you've worked in Ford and Smithfield into this broadcast. You've done a great job of that. Look, the trophies, the memories for me are the best.
There's
best
Burton's
part
car,
of this sport.
God,
The trophies
junk.
are super cool, and my little boy's got one of the trophies in his room. But it's the memories from those races.
Let's go back to what we're seeing here today. And before the caution came out, you had a couple of cars up front from Colleague Racing, Ross Chastain, A.J. Allmendinger. Then behind them, the foursome from Junior Motorsports. What do we anticipate? Because as I said, we'll go green with 15, 14 laps to go. And then how long do you wait to make your move, Eric?
Well, I alluded to it early in the race when we first came on air. Teamwork. It's strength in numbers, and you've got to have help. You can't do it alone. We saw that many times throughout the race already today when people get hung out on the inside lane and fall to the back. So you've got to have help. You've got to have teamwork, and I'm going to be looking to see that between the Colleague cars and the Junior Motorsports cars here shortly.
Remember the 2013 Cup race at Talladega when David Reagan won, and it was just fucking dark outside?
Bumper nose to tail. But the Junior Motorsports
The cameras looked like it was lighter than it was, but if you were at the track, you couldn't see shit. Because Darrell Walter was like, I heard the cars going to turn 1, but I didn't see them.
And it's getting ready to get a little bit crazy now.
Here's what's interesting about Colleague. You want to win at Talladega if you're Chastain or Allmendinger.
But the drivers might get eye strain if this race goes on any longer.
$1,000. And you touched on Matt Colleague earlier and how important he is for this series and NASCAR overall. Who is this guy? Well, he did play college football at the University of Akron, got into business.
I'd still like to know why Cody Vanderwall's mad at Harrison Burton.
Of course, LeBron, an Ohio guy, so is Matt. And the 3 Xfinity wins, they added the $100,000.
Cody Vanderwall shouldn't be on the fucking track, first of all.
And when you look at him today, and really across the board this season, but in particular at the Speedway tracks, this is where you really...
Harrison Burton did nothing wrong, okay? The 52 did something wrong by having the audacity to still be on the racetrack.
When when it comes to this style of racing, you're going to have to beat them each and every time we go to Daytona or Talladega, Eric.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw them not only win at Daytona last summer, we saw them strong down there at Daytona in February as well. So they've proven that they are a team to beat when we come to these super speedways.
Well, the part to me that's going to be interesting.
Why don't they have headlights? Good question.
They're racing for $100,000. So will that play a role in the outcome of this race?
Let's hear from one of the guys from Junior Motorsports, Taylor Moyer, the crew chief for Jeb Burton. Jamie?
Yeah, and Jeb Burton, a part-time driver, and he's in position right now, Taylor, for perhaps his first win. What do you do from here until the end of the race to keep your driver cool, calm, and collected behind the wheel?
Yeah, cool, calm, and collected is our motto, but Jeb does a great job every time he gets in our Junior Motorsports number 8 LS Tractor Camaro, so we just try to keep it light but focus back there, get his heart rate down. We were real good at Daytona as well, and we made a mistake there at the end, and we're not going to repeat that. So we
Come on, let's go. These guys are sitting in these cars on the backstretch in direct sunlight, cooking.
He's crew chief for 3 different drivers in a week. It was Daniel Hemrick, it was Dale Earnhardt Jr., and now today, Jeb Burton doing a fine job.
And I feel like last year, it was his rookie year as a crew chief in the Xfinity Series. There were like 15 different guys that drove the 8 car. Taylor does such a good job with connecting it to all these guys and certainly hitting it out of the park today for Jeb Burton. So we've kind of speculated on where you want to be at the end of one of these races. We asked drivers before we went green what their thoughts are.
Only thing I can plan for is to be the first car to get the start-finish line. Because every scenario is so different, and where you get the run and what help you have.
I haven't had enough experience. I don't think being in the lead or being in second in these races to say, hey, that's what I need to do to win that race. So for me, I would rather just be in the lead just because.
Well, they were all formed up with teammates on the outside, but now they're going to restart 2 wide with some teammates on the bottom, some on the top. Some of them have been split up.
Myself in the right situation to have a shot to win, like we did at Daytona. Just hopefully we don't get ran over this time.
So far, if you're in the top 10, you've done the easy part, or the hard part maybe, staying alive until this stage of the race. Now it gets to managing the draft with only a few.
It's 7:42 here on the East Coast.
Pretty much agree with what they said. You want to be the lead car when you get to that final lap. Let's hear from Harrison Burton. He's out of the care center.
Well, it's good to see Harrison come out and okay after being checked and cleared at the medical center a week ago in Victory Lane today in the medical center. What happened in that incident?
It's hard to say. I haven't really seen it yet. It looks like we're all running the top and we're single file, and I think they checked up really hard, and I don't know if I didn't get checked up in time. Looks like one got sideways, and then it was just kind of, that's me. It's kind of hard to see with the glare, but it's just so hard to tell what's going on. There's so much going on, even when you're running single file, and just a tough day for us. We had a fast race car and trying to make news work on the bottom, and just kind of got shuffled to the back, and then from then on, that's kind of just how it went down. But part of our guys, we always have fast race cars, and I have no doubt that next week won't be any different. We'll hopefully go out and get a win.
It was a little difficult to tell from our angle, but it looked like Josh Williams was upset with you about something. What was that discussion?
No, he asked me if I was all right, and then I asked him if he was all right.
Well, I can tell you the 52 was mad at Harrison.
The racing was going, I guess, and so yeah, me and him are fine. There's no problems there. First thing he said was, "Are you all right?" So that's kind of how you know when it's a big one, is when your competitors ask if you're okay when you get out. But it's just part of play racing, unfortunately, and we'll learn from it and be better.
Yeah, great to hear that. Thanks, Harrison.
Yeah, and thanks to Vince for clearing that up. And we talked about, Jamie, you said it. It's hard to speculate in these situations. And it was hard.
We're back under yellow.
Are they upset with one another, or is Josh maybe just frustrated overall? Sounds like the latter from some of the things he had seen earlier in the race.
You know, you TV guys are just always trying to drum up some drama.
Exactly what I was going to say, Aaron. Now, wait. Jamie, you're a TV guy now. You got to be careful with that.
I was like, I think Adam's trying to get something stirred up for Harrison Burton here. Listen, let me say something, though.
Remember that time the guy, was it Vince Welch on ESPN, who tried to stir shit between Juan Pablo and Casey Kane at Pocono? He said, oh, Casey Kane seemed to be mad at you, Juan. What was that about? Juan was like, I think you always take things the wrong way. He actually came over to apologize. Thanks. Vince Welch is always trying to stir some shit.
Yeah, it's a tough circumstance, and I think the part of that is, and you guys were telling me this earlier, you're so mentally drained at after this race, there's no way they can put their thoughts together.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Commercial. Back to the phone. I just put it down. It's very nice of your girlfriend to watch the race with you. You know, not for nothing, but I sincerely hope that anybody that goes to any rally for either presidential candidate, I hope you all get coronavirus. Thousands of people going to a fucking rally right now, really? You know, I always said the people that voted for that one guy were fucking retarded, but how stupid do you have to be to gather in a crowd of a few thousand people without masks just because? Like, if you go out to one of those, you deserve to get coronavirus. I don't give a fuck. I think it's a mistake that they're going to have fans at the track tomorrow, and I think it's an even bigger mistake that they're going to have 30,000 people at Bristol for the All-Star race. Hopefully, they'll just call that off. They'll just have the race without fans, because it's a bad idea. Bad idea.
Taking you through the TV compound and all the trucks and personnel that it takes to put on a broadcast.
The curve has not flattened, okay?
And maybe all the satellite trucks, replay, and those things. There's the graphics department. And replay. And the robo cameras, because you got to have someone manning the ship, right? Doing it remotely. Perfect opportunity to social distance. The engineering crew, we couldn't get tuned up without them.
They flying that drone indoors?
So many Emmys for audio. K-Mac doing a great job there. Was Duck there as well?
I'd love to sit in there and watch a race in the production truck.
And the impact Artie Kepner.
Man, put your mask back.
Going green next time by.
Yeah, or at least some makeup.
Chastain and Allgaier.
Little shiny Artie.
I imagine Allgaier's going to hold back and let Chastain get to the bottom, but that could be bad news because Michael Annett and Allgaier are lined up together on the outside.
Who grew up racing in Florida, and his dad Darwin's so influential in his career. He drives for Johnny Davis. He actually owns 3 cars in the field with his wife Jessica, but he drives for Johnny Davis. And on the hood of his car, the fathers of all the employees at Johnny Davis.
Like I said, I don't care which candidate it is. If you go to a fucking rally, you got to be kidding me, people. Like, now you could spin it one way and say, man, look how loyal the Trump tards are. They're going to his rally. And then on Biden's side, oh, what? Nobody went to his rally. You ever think it's because the people on the left are just a little bit smarter and take this a little more seriously and don't want to fucking go out? But, I mean, the Trump tards are going to fall all over themselves to go to a fucking rally and spread that virus around in a city where there's already been thousands of new cases. Hey, look, Justin Haley got his little antenna deal fixed. I ain't going to the racetrack this year. I really ain't. Even if they let me, I'm not going, I don't think. I was considering Bristol. That's probably out the window now. Charlotte Roval, I'd love to go. That's going to be hard to say no to, but that's months away. right, here we go.
16 as hard as I can, so he can't get
Oh, Jeb Burton got to the inside of Allmendinger. Here they come. Gregson and Burton on the inside. They got under Allmendinger going into one. Allmendinger's going to the back. He's in the middle. No help. Sucker hole. Chastain, big side draft. And now Gregson's the first Junior Motorsports car. That's great. Now I've got to cheer for Cindric again and Chastain. Woo! Here, Jeb Burton aggressively to the bottom. And now Chastain is a sitting duck. Ross Chastain is a sitting duck. He's got 3 Junior Motorsports cars behind him and no help. They're hitting the speedy dry. Don't freak out.
Is that distracting? It is. At first, when you first
He's a sitting duck now. Inside lane is Cindric, Jeb Burton, and Justin Haley. But the outside still got the advantage. Man. Allmendinger just didn't... He wasn't aggressive enough on that restart. He just wasn't aggressive enough. I know he was trying to hold back and let Chastain in line, but he let Burton get right under him. And now he's gone, non-existent. We're on 13 laps to go. And the inside lane's not going away just yet. They've got good cars lined up. And it's keeping Gregson from shooting to the bottom and getting under Chastain. God, I wish Allgaier would sell out Gregson. He's showing his nose right now. Gregson was running really high. I thought Allgaier was going to sell him out and just get under him. I wish he would. Oh, that'd make my day. I know he wants to. God, that inside line is really hanging there. They've only got like 6 cars, but they're still right there. They consistently pull up to about the second place car. Now they're door-to-door with the lead. Cindric is on the bottom. And he's going to get it. Well, maybe not. Chastain is side drafting all he can, but he lost his momentum. Oh, okay. Jeb Burton, I thought they were locking bumpers, but now they broke away. Cindric's in the lead now. Jeb Burton second. Chastain's third. God, Cindric got way too far out front. Look how far out front he is. He better pick a line. He's picking the bottom. Chastain just did him a huge favor and side drafted Jeb Burton. That killed the big run that was coming. So Cindric's going to keep the lead for now. For now, he's not clear of Burton, though. Boy, when super speedway racing gets exciting, it's fun to call. It really is. Cindric and Jeb Burton are trading the lead back and forth. The momentum's on the outside right now, though, with Cindric.
You saw him pull down and side draft really hard on those inside lane cars, and that's just going to
10 whole laps, 10 and a half laps. Really, we're on 11 to go. We got 10 and a half to go, really. That's still a lot of time.
A little bit more on the straightaway and beat all them out. Me as well. I think that's one of the things you see a lot on Sundays is the cars on the inside lane will pull up and get really close to that left rear quarter panel of the cars on the outside, and then they'll peel away and break away from them in the corners to try and run the shorter distance.
To that point, how much of a role is experience playing in this situation with Talladega?
I think a lot, to be honest. These guys, a lot of them running their first race here at Talladega, if not just a handful of races. So I think his experience comes into play a lot. But these guys also watch the races. They watch the races on Sunday. They probably go back and rewatch tape of other races.
Yeah, they're racing now.
A lot of times you got to create...
They are racing now. Allmendinger's trying to come back up through there. Allmendinger needs to get on that bottom lane and commit. He was on the bottom, which is still pulling up to the front. There you go, Allmendinger. He can latch on to Alex LeBay there. No more train racing. Pretty evenly matched in both lanes. Slight edge to the outside, a little more consistent. But right now, Harrison Burton's got a nose in front of Cindric. 9 laps to go. I said Harrison Burton, Jeb Burton. I'm getting the Burtons mixed up. And how many times have I said Harrison when I'm trying to say Jeb? Forgive me. I'm having a Marty Reed moment. Jeb Burton. Harrison's in the fucking garage. Harrison's on the way back to North Carolina right now. Man, Anthony Alfredo's up here now. He's third on the inside lane.
So is he going to stick with Haley on the bottom? I tell you, I would work both lanes. I would get to the top and get a little momentum from them.
Oh, Jeb. I'd love to see Jeb win this race.
And see if I can stall one of them out.
He deserves it.
I agree. Justin Haley
I just hate that Ward can't be there to celebrate with him if he does win. Oh, Gregson around, Allgaier around, Brandon Jones, it's a big one, Brandon Brown. Jesus Christ. That was everybody. Jeb Burton is still the leader. There's a bunch of cars that got away, but everybody from mid-pack on is just done.
Just flat tires. Jeff Green in the 38 smoking.
You knew that was coming.
I believe he's done now. Yeah, that one is unrepairable in the 5-minute class. He's not going to make it.
2000 Series champion.
Timmy Hill was in it.
Timmy Hill had a career best finish earlier this year.
Mike Snyder.
Mike Snyder's been going in the top 10.
Lots of damage there. Tommy Joe Martins again, who can't catch a break.
Also got a piece.
What happened? They stacked up. Chastain was showing his nose to Cindric, and Gregson was going to... Gregson was trying not to run over Chastain, and he stacked everybody up, and they all wrecked.
I think what happens is Ross there goes to make a move.
Yeah, Ross was showing his nose, and he got back up in line quickly, and Gregson didn't run him over. But instead, he stopped and wrecked everybody behind him, including himself.
Yeah, you see it right there.
Yeah, you want to push on that right rear quarter panel. I'm with you. It looked to me like
there's about 8 cars that got away clean. Maybe a little more. There's probably some guys in the back that got away clean.
You're off the gas and you're trying to slow down, but you cannot get off the car in front of you.
It was a big one. It's the big one, Weezy.
Let's listen in on Allgaier pushing the 9 from behind.
Sorry, y'all. It's trying to block Noah, and he had nowhere to go. It wasn't his fault. I got no fuel pressure here. Must have knocked the fuel line off of it.
Yeah, did you see the hood on Noah's car come up? It looked like it was destroyed, and then it laid right back down.
Saw Brandon Brown sliding through there in the 68, got heavy damage.
Yeah, for whoever operates that drone camera deserves a raise, and he was flying it through the production truck and shit. That was pretty nice.
Yeah, you see here, Ross is cheated down a little bit. Austin pulls down as well. Ross pulls back.
Well, I didn't get Gregson upside down, but he's still going to be running, so there's still time for that. Like I said, I wanted Gregson to be upside down today.
Right on Noah's left rear quarter panel, which is a very vulnerable spot.
Let's hear what they said on the radio of Ross Chastain, was right in front of that duo from JRM.
Tried to break the limit in. He never got it down by that point, me. You know, trying to like let Ross go. It's fine.
Yeah, that was not the 10. That was the 16 of Allmendinger for sure. All over Chase Briscoe. We had the damage earlier.
Did Briscoe get through this? Let's watch. Yeah, this is an interesting onboard. Look out. Yeah, I think. Yeah, Briscoe got through it.
He did a great job avoiding that.
Brandon Jones, one of those drivers eligible for the Dash for Cash, making a pit stop with heavy damage. Gregson is in, one earlier this year at Daytona, has a pair of victories, in fact. Also one at Bristol.
No red flag, thankfully.
In really good shape for spinning out going 200 miles an hour. It looks like he has minimal damage to his car.
Jeb Burton leading Haley, Cindric, Alfredo, and Chastain under caution for the 6th time at Talladega, and for this time, this one is the big one.
Well, nobody's fault there. That was one of those, you know, the old cliche racing deals, you know. That was Justin Allgaier, Brandon Brown, Chad Fincham, Brandon Jones. Jeff Green, Noah Gregson, Tommy Joe Martins. I always forget that Jeff Green still races. Get all them commercials in, Fox. Please, bore us to death here. Yeah, I'd say that was the big one. I don't think there's enough cars left to have another big one, but I'm sure I'm wrong. Oh, God, they red flagged it again. Jesus. Sun's behind the grandstand now. I thought they hadn't red flagged it.
They come back around, a couple laps under caution. We're going to be less than 5 remaining when we go back green. Something tells me that might not be the final restart of the day because things have gotten wild. And look at the car, Noah Gregson. We said he was in the middle of it. He made a pit stop, but that car looks to be in really good shape. And now let's hear from his teammate, Jeb Burton, who's leading, and he's got to be nervous to get out here.
I bet he is. Jeb Burton, Eric Amarola in the
They're going to talk to Jeb right now?
Yes, sir.
Hey, buddy, you have a really fast race car. You've done a good job.
There's still time for a flip. Oh, yeah.
Front.
I just hope it's Gregson.
We're getting down to crunch time here. We're going to go back to green with about 5 laps to go. What are you thinking?
Well, glad I missed that, but yeah, the guys gave me a good race car. I've been fighting a little loose condition, but Taylor's done a good job tightening it up. You know, we had to start at the tail end today, so slowly made our way up here and got a shot at it. That's all we can ask for.
Yeah, well, we've been watching. We're cheering you on here, and we're excited to watch these last 5 laps.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Just want to thank State Water Heaters, LS Tractor, and Alsco out there. Support always be here, but it's not over yet, man. You know, deals get kind of crazy, so I'll do what I can do.
Well, we see the temperature reading on the headrest there. We don't want to tell you what it is because we know you can't see it. How has the heat been inside the race car?
Yeah, it's pretty hot. I don't have a water bottle with anything in it.
Yeah, I noticed under the last red flag that Jeb Burton looked like he was dying in his car. Look how red he is.
The last couple weeks trying to do a lot of stuff to keep my heart rate up. I know you're a big fitness guy too, and just glad I've been doing that because if I hadn't been, I don't think I'd have made it.
All right, buddy. Well, good luck, and we'll be watching.
Thanks, man.
I had a crew chief tell me once when I told him I was
Red flag is unnecessary.
I won't take another drink of water until this thing's over either. We're not in the same position here, buddy.
Yeah. You look at the magnitude of this, though. There's so much pressure these days if you're a young driver in NASCAR. And for Jeb, I mean, he's young, but at 27, his opportunities are going to run out if he doesn't land a full-time ride. This is big for him.
Yeah,
it's really big.
And you can't say enough about his whole program and what he's put together with LS Tractor and State Water Heaters. He has a few sponsors, and he's been able to capitalize on it.
Boy, these red flags just suck ass at the end of these super speedway races. It happens every time now, and it sucks every time. It's totally kills the energy.
That he's been given.
And State Water Heaters has been around forever with the Burton family. Let's go down to Vince.
With Brian Wilson, the crew chief for the 22 car of Austin Cindric. Your driver was out front trying to manage the field. Now he'll restart in the second row. What was the big challenge when he was in the lead?
Yeah, I think in general we've all talked about the fact that that's the next step for Austin in his learning curve is when you get out front, how do you manage? Obviously our Cup guys do it really well, and we're trying to get to that point where he has enough experience. But for right now, it's learn on the fly. Obviously we're a row back. It seems like some of the teammate lineups that we had got broken apart right there, so maybe it's not going to be as big of a challenge, but it's definitely something that we're working on as a group.
You're not going to have any help from anyone from the Ford camp. You're the only representative there. How do you get it done here in these final laps?
Yeah, I think we've shown that we have a good enough car that we can push, that we can get to the front. Some guys want to work with us, so we're obviously going to have some help, but I think Austin's done a good job. Coleman's doing a really good job up top, so we'll see what happens.
Thanks, Brian. Adam?
And when you look at Cindric, I mean,
Can we get going?
that is not a couple of road course wins to do
God.
at Talladega, and he's gotten so much better. Go back
That
to
Rick was not red flag worthy. I'm sorry.
Style of racing wouldn't be surprising to
I know
see
it was
him
a big
get to
one,
the
but
front here in these
geez.
last few laps. I want to go back to the replay of the crash.
Red
that
flag
brought
is just a
the
kick in the
caution and
balls
red flag.
every
You
time.
watch the 9 of Gregson. I mentioned he's pretty clean. Look at this.
That's when you know it's your day right there. Yeah.
That's right. He couldn't have been more in the middle of it. And Regan says this: I'm letting Noah Gragson buy me a lottery ticket tonight. He didn't hit a thing and got spun in front of the entire field. Now, I will say, there's been a bit of an agenda in this tweet, because I said it earlier. Regan's the only guy to win at Daytona and Talladega for Dale Jr. in the Xfinity.
I think they're
Series.
firing
So
him back
Noah
up.
breaks that up today. I mean, there's some bitterness, I think, coming from Regan.
Regan's losing credibility with that profile pic of him as a wrestler. I don't know about that, Regan.
Hey, Regan going to call the race with us next Sunday
Fun,
in
yeah.
Pocono. So, yeah, we look forward to that. We're teasing Regan and hope you're having a great Sunday afternoon. Happy Father's Day to you. What's up, Jamie?
Well, Justin Allgaier has been checked and released.
Once again, Allgaier cannot catch a break.
All 4 teammates lined up.
That is the
and
story of
ready
the
to go for
season.
the win. And then what did you see?
Yeah, I mean, it's just disappointing. I hate it for everybody at Junior Motorsports. Obviously,
I hate it for the real drivers at Junior Motorsports like Allgaier, Burton, and Michael Annett.
I hate it for all of our guys.
I don't know if I want to put Michael Annett in the real driver category.
Nitrogen, Camaro was really good. And right there, Noah had a really good run to the outside of the 10, and he pulled up the block, and as soon as he did, it started to get his car loose. He checked up, and I ran in the back of him. I thought we were going to be okay, and then Michael got in the back of me. When you're in line like that and you're all single file, it's so hard to see here.
That line was stacking up so bad.
All the guys, I really do. I hate it for everybody else that's crashing this too. It's I think I'm like everybody else in America. I'm ready for.
You guys see Allmendinger get through that?
What it wants to do and turn things around. So we'll keep going and go to next week at I don't even know where we're going. Pocono, I guess, next week and have some fun.
Yeah, we'll see if we can turn that luck around finally, right, Justin?
I think I'm right in saying outside the top 10 in 4 of the last 5 races, they've got better speed. Eventually, it's going to turn around for Allgaier. He'll be a player.
Yay, commercial.
Flag has been lifted here.
I haven't seen enough of those today. Don't know what I'm going to do the rest of the day. Might stream Red Dead later. I don't know. I don't think I'm streaming NASCAR today. If I stream anything today after this, it will be Red Dead late at night probably. Late night stream, possibly. If I can stay awake. I feel pretty tired. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to avoid work this week. It's not going to rain 5 days in a row again. 6 days in a row, actually, is what it rained. But that's okay. Been at home too long. Getting too comfortable, not working. I really needed a break, though. I've been happy to be at home. Oh, we're back. Whoops.
With one hand. Not like in Yamanaki when you're like blindfolded? Yeah, but like you got a rough-handed, like nice holiday shot game going on right there.
Well, I like how relaxed they are at the end. They got a shot to win this race, and they're having a good time. Eric, I don't know about you, but
We ever get to see the end of this race?
At this point in the day.
Not me. I like to keep it light, especially with my team guys. Let them know that I'm not too wigged out or stressed out in there. And you're just sitting there under red flag, melting, trying to take your mind off of the fact that it's 130 degrees.
And we're still not going green next time by.
Yeah. I like it.
Probably going to restart with 3 to go. It's 5 right now, and they're not coming to restart this time, so probably 3 to go.
Here he is with Jamie Little moments ago.
Mike Snyder checked and released him. My first time here in an Xfinity car. Seemed like things were going good early on, but what happened? What did you see there?
It just looked like the 9 got spun and everybody got checked up, and I thought I had a hole right in the middle, and then somebody got spun. I believe it might have been the 7. So it's just unfortunate. We had a really fast Superior S6 Chevy Camaro. It was as fast as Xfinity Internet, and I thought we were going to be able to get up towards the front there and get our car and maybe in victory lane, but it just didn't pan out that way, unfortunately.
All right, Mike Snyder will be back in the 21 at Pocono.
Yeah, we look forward to that next Sunday. Huge opportunity for him coming off a top 10 finish last weekend in Miami. So no.
Yeah, we're going to restart with 3 to go. Not overtime,
He's
thank God.
Back in the 22nd position.
We got 3 laps for all this to go horribly wrong again.
That I see when you look at Mike Snyder there is he was 19 points out of 12th place coming into today. So that's a big hit for him and some of those other guys. And that's what you see. You see it at Talladega. It's an opportunity race. It's an opportunity race for guys to either gain a lot of points or lose a lot of points based on whether or not you make it through the big one.
Noah came back down pit road, and there's Chase Briscoe. Right now being shown 17th. He was involved in that earlier crash, and when he was, Jamie, you said, I'm not going to write him off yet, and I haven't seen the outside of the race car to know exactly what kind of repairs they've made, but I will say, crazier things have happened in a racetrack like Talladega.
Yeah, I mean, Chase Briscoe's not going to be in contention to win this at this point. There's
Taping the hood down on the 9 car. The only damage he got was the air that went under the hood and pushed it up.
I'm looking at Jeb Burton.
They just had to flatten it out. Now they're taping it down.
Is the lane that he wants to be in.
Woo! I guess my heart is with Jeb Burton.
Austin Cindric's going to be a better pusher. And if I'm Jeb Burton, what I learned on the last
He's
restart,
outnumbered because you got Haley and Chastain.
Yeah, absolutely, like he did to Allmendinger. So I'm going to protect the bottom. And it just seems like the bottom lane.
Poor Jeb. He's going to get his heart broken. I know it. Haley and Chastain are going to be lined up together. So remember, don't want bumpers. I will shit on that roll from now until the end of time, or at least until they get rid of it.
I just think that bottom is going to be the lane to me. That's where I want to be.
If you're Justin Haley right here, when you take off on this restart, you have to be glued to the door.
Absolutely, yeah.
You have to be glued to Jeb Burton's door, just so that he doesn't get pushed out and clear you.
And what you hope is that if Austin Cindric is pushing Jeb Burton, that when you get on his door, that you break that apart. And once you break it apart, they're probably done for till at least halfway down the backstretch, and they won't be able to have all the momentum that they would locked together. We're going to see guys push more here than we have all day long.
Chevy's won the last 8 plate races. Last win by Ford, courtesy of you, Eric, 2017, right here at Talladega. Austin Cindric trying to get Ford back to victory lane. He restarts 3rd behind race leader Jeb Burton. 3 to
There we go. It's going to be 3 laps. Pending disaster. That's good. He's got Cindric. There's no other Ford, really. I mean, Briscoe's still running, but he's way back. Did Haley jump the restart? Justin Haley jumped the restart, and he beat the leader to the start-finish line. Uh-oh. They might call that. He went early and beat him to the start-finish line. I'm not sure about that, people. I think he jumped the restart. I'm just a little biased because I'm cheering for Jeb Burton. Stay with him, Cindric. I'm really surprised they ain't black flag Justin Haley. Burton's got the lead back with a push from Cindric. A little too far out front, though. About a car length and a half out front. Where do you go? Where do you block? He got a little too far out there. I still think Justin Haley jumped the restart.
Yeah, and Jim Burton has Cat Boyd, which is an incredible spotter. He's fought Joey Logano on a lot of races that he won at Talladega, so he's got a
2 to go. I'm so quiet because I'm just nervous for Jeb. Nervous for anybody that ain't won before, you know. Go high, Jeb. He can't go high. There's no real push there. The 11's got to run. He's got to side draft him. Oh, man, that might do it. Unless the 22 gets back to him. The 10 car's not close enough to Haley to push him past Jeb Burton. He's relying completely on a decent run down the back and side draft in the corner. He's got a good push now. That outside line's formed up. 1 to go. Burton at the line that time. It's a straight side draft battle. It's working for Haley in the corner.
He's trying to get to that 100,000. He knows he's probably not going to be able to win this. That outside's going to be broken up a little bit.
Oh, no. Come on, Cindric. Push, push, push. God, Chastain is shoving Justin Haley. That's locking bumpers. That's locking bumpers. Never mind, they split apart. Justin Haley's going to win. Yeah, Justin Haley's got it. They're coming off 4 now, and it's obvious he's got it. Damn. He jumped the fucking restart, dude. I'm sorry. He jumped the restart. He cheated, but good. Oh, big wreck. Big wreck in the back. Justin Haley jumped the restart. He didn't deserve that win. And I like Justin Haley, but he jumped the restart.
You said it all day, Jamie. You said it all day how fast that 11 car was, and boy, was it.
I don't like that. I'm not good with that.
Perfectly together at the end of that race.
Chastain finishes second at 100,000.
Well, Chastain got the 100 grand. Chastain should win the race because Haley jumped that fucking restart.
Good super speedway racer right there.
It's rare that you win at the cup level, especially at Daytona, before you get it done in the Xfinity Series. Especially when you're running there on a limited basis, only a few starts for Haley. He won last summer at Daytona, gets it done today at Talladega.
You know, these races are so unpredictable because we saw the bottom lane.
That restart was questionable.
Made it 3 wide going into 1 and 2. It generated a huge push going down the backstretch, and all 3 of those Colin cars got lined up, and I feel bad for Jeb. I think he was in the best position right there.
I do too, and I think he did everything he could have.
Yeah, I mean, he went up in side draft.
He did.
It's incredible that Allmendinger got the run that he did on the top right there.
Right
didn't
here.
Get stalled out by Brett Moffitt.
You see
right
the run
here
for him?
Yeah.
The 10 gets the 11's bumper, and when that happens, it's like you just hit a turbo button.
Yeah, and he's able to break that bubble they've talked about all day long and get to the 11 and shut him out. And once you break the plane of the bumper, of the rear bumper, from
I wouldn't call them for locking bumpers. They pushed a little bit, but then Chastain broke off. But Justin Haley jumped the restart. You got to be kidding me. And they didn't even review the restart. They didn't even look at it.
The trioval, you knew it was over because they weren't lined up behind him, and it just made his life easy, as you said, Aaron, coming back to the checkered flag.
Here's a look at the wreck.
Cesar Beccarella in the 90 with a hard hit. Brandon Jones, you saw sliding down to the inside.
Nasty.
At a high rate of speed. Justin Haley.
I wish I could be happy because I like Justin Haley, but hey, that's not social distancing. Jump the restart together.
Think about the last few weeks for this organization. Allmendinger wins in Atlanta. Last weekend, Allmendinger wins the $100,000, and today, Justin Haley gets the victory at Talladega. What Colleague is doing lately is very, very impressive.
Yeah, and they won the $100,000 again today with Ross Chastain.
Absolutely.
It's been incredible 3 weeks for those guys.
The hits, they keep on coming, Jamie.
That one meant a lot for Justin Haley. Last time I talked to you, Justin, a couple weeks ago, you said in the post-race interview, I don't have a ride next year. I have to win. You won. How much does this win mean to you and this team?
Yeah, first of all, I want to dedicate that win to Nick Harrison. Everyone at the Harrison family. He started this journey with me last year, my rookie year, and losing him was pretty big. So, just an incredible day. Well, emotional, yeah. I'm fighting for a ride, fighting for the next time I get in a race car next year. So anytime you can win definitely helps. But just big hats off to the 11 crew, everyone at Colleague Racing, Leaf Filter Guard Protection, Matt Colleague.
You gotta give Colleague Racing credit though. I love Colleague Racing. Don't get me wrong, I love them, and they work well together. It looked like you would have thought Allmendinger and Chastain just won with the way they were celebrating.
Everyone's a part of this deal.
Good for Colleague getting trophies.
Justin, I heard your spotter Kevin Hanlon said,
But he jumped that fucking restart.
What did that mean to you?
I've been thinking about it. Everyone's got their own deal, so that's mine. That's gonna be my signature mark. Climb out the right side window. Only because I'm the littlest guy. I think I'm the only one that can do it, and I still struggled. So, just hats off to Xfinity. Dash for Cash Racing next week at Pocono. Can't wait to get back, see my little puppy. My mom's watching, and have a good time tonight.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
Long time
much.
coming. Vince?
With Ross Chastain, who you guys mentioned is the Dash for Cash winner and finished second in the race.
Well, they made them all turn around and come back down pit road the other way.
To finish second. Explain.
It's that little boy right out there, JJ Haley, boys and girls. Man, that's awesome. Also, that leaf filter gutter protection scheme has not won to victory lane. The 16 has with 2 different ones.
It's Talladega.
All of them, but the leaf filter car needed to go to victory lane. Matt Colleague, congrats, buddy. Everybody back in Ohio. So proud of this Colleague Racing team. Coming to pit road under green worked out perfect. That's how you draw it up. Caution came out, set us up for track position. And New Track Solutions car was fast, and man, when I saw Justin get
That team's on the rise for real.
I knew it was his race, and I honestly have never been so happy to finish second.
And a win in a way for yourself as well with the $100,000 Dash for Cash. Ross Chastain, congratulations, well done.
Yeah, thank you, Xfinity Internet, everybody. They do a lot of donating in the region, and God is so good, man. It's humbling with some stuff recently, and God is good.
They were 1-2 last summer at Daytona. It was Ross Chastain who finished in front of Justin Haley. A role reversal today, and what an afternoon for Colleague.
Yeah, that was incredible. It's so great to see Matt Colleague enjoying the success that he's seeing in this Xfinity Series. Thank you.
Yeah, I can't be too mad because it's Colleague Racing who won. But anyway, I guess I'm going to get off here. Race is over. They're going off the air, and if I don't stream again late tonight, you'll see me tomorrow at 3 for the Cup. It'll be a little after 3. I always wait till after opening ceremonies before I start. So it'll be like 3:10, 3:15. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out.